shot.
Ooh, you was outside.
Yeah. Woke up this morning like, what the fuck was I thinking?
That's how I felt this morning. I had like 7 alarms on. Drew was like, yo, please, it's time for you to get up. And I'm just like, fine.
But you know what it is? I don't know. I feel like every time I go somewhere, I need to get a drink.
Me too.
So I can't like...
We alcoholics?
Yeah. So I had 2 drinks at dinner, not knowing we was going to go to 2 other spots.
Right.
And I had to get a drink at each spot. So that was 4 drinks. And then ran into somebody who was like, oh, we got to do a shot. I was like, fuck.
No, seriously, I can't go anywhere and not at least have 1 drink.
You had 5.
Yeah, but it was a speakeasy. Like, we went there to drink.
5, anything can be good.
5 lemon drops.
Put your mic closer, Tahoe.
That shit was sexy.
Nah, I probably should just talk louder, right?
Nah, it's like it's not picking up. You gotta pull it closer.
It's not picking up.
Yeah, you gotta talk directly into
I
the
ran
shit.
out of BC powders.
What's BC powder?
Hold
It's
up.
just like
Hold on. Talk, Tahoe.
Yo.
like aspirin.
Powder, I never tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta fix-
nasty as fuck. Oh my God, it's nasty.
Yo.
All right, you back.
Yo.
No, you can outdrink a BC powder.
So, what is a BC powder? Write that
It's
down.
like
Yeah.
Right.
it's like a powdered aspirin, basically. So if you drink it before or after you drink, like it literally keeps you from having like that hangover-ish feeling. But it's just in a powder form. It's nasty. It's fucking nasty.
Is that the same as like drinking water while you're drinking liquor?
I don't know. I
Does
just
it
I just think
hydrate
it's
you?
more effective.
Yeah, a lot of people be taking aspirin before they drink. Like,
Really?
and
Never heard of that.
And then you don't wake up with a hangover. You
Yeah.
go right to work type shit.
And the
Never heard
powder
of
is literally in a package just like this big.
But what is it for? What's BC powder for? Like, because it sounds like that's something else that it does.
Oh, I don't know. I always use
Is
it for
that
drinking.
is it specifically for drinking?
I don't know. I specifically use it
Like,
for
where do you go
drinking.
get it from?
Walgreens, Dwayne
And
Reed.
what does it say in the package?
BC powder, nigga.
No, what does it say it's used for?
I'm
Oh, I
bugging?
don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never read the package.
I never read the package.
No.
I just went and got the shit and just kept going.
Yes, I learned about it in college, and that's just always been a
Right.
thing. Like,
It's like probably for like congestion or something, but somebody found out like, oh shit, this actually
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, is she about to Google
Or
this
it's a
shit?
I'm
painkiller.
finna Google it because now it's like, what is it? I don't know.
Painkiller.
It's a painkiller. Okay, that's what they saying. Shout out to the the No Shame gang.
You was about to say the Nut Navy, you nasty son of a bitch.
I am a nasty son of a bitch, but that's not why we're here today.
I don't have time.
That's not the mess we're creating.
Why are you saying we? Trom don't know what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling today? We back in the building.
Hi.
Shout out to the Discord. Listen, you motherfuckers. You know what they did to me last week?
What did they do to you?
I go in there trying to create community. Hey, y'all. I'm over in the voice chat. Motherfuckers left me in the voice chat by myself. I said, it's all right. I'll be here for an hour. The motherfuckers left me and was chatting on the other side, looking at him over there by himself. Since he didn't want to let us into the Zoom last week.
Oh.
One person came in there. Shout out to Tish. I think it was Tish. She came in there
Were you
talking to me the whole time. Yeah, we talked to me like 20 minutes into the ride, but for about 25 minutes, I was by myself.
Were you talking when you were by yourself?
Why not? If we're going to make a circus out of this, like, yo.
Yo.
It's all good. Shout out to y'all. But then now, when the drama came this week, they wanted the dirt. They wanted the tea. They wanted the tea. And that's why they in here right now. Look at it laughing.
That's
all right.
so crazy.
It's all good, though. It's all good.
That's what you get because you do not support the book club. So I wish that they left you.
Of
in there
course I
longer.
support the book club.
You don't support the book club.
Yo, we're friends. Actual friends. You don't have to do this for likes and views. It's a thing with social media. People be having
Now
to
this is
do all
about
this extra
social
shit
media.
for likes and views.
I just don't understand how we, as a team, started a book club.
You started the
and
book
y'all
club.
niggas
You
have
started the book
never. No.
I tried to ride with y'all.
That was the first book, nigga. We on book like 7 right now.
That's fire. And
you've
you're actually
never
doing
tried
something.
again.
You're actually doing something
Always.
for So Shameless. I do the other things. Why are you complaining to me about the one thing you do? Take ownership of that. Be proud of it. I'm proud of you.
But why don't you join the community?
Because then I have to read. And as much as I would like to, I don't have the attention span for it. I would actually have to take, like, where you got to take the BC powder, I would have to take some type of medicine to sit there and read. I bet you if I took them ADHD pills, I could read. I bet you I could do it. Because I like reading. I grew up. Some of these books I read over there. I read, classic books, Watership Down. That's the only one.
Andy said take the pills.
Yeah, but
Take
I
the
can't
pills,
because
'cause of your
I keep
job.
having, I got a, this pill in particular, I can't take.
And I told you what to do. Just tell your doctor to
Right, but I
give you
keep
something
forgetting
different.
to go. When you're
know
my
they-
age, you have like 7 doctors.
But you understand it's like telehealth. Like you don't have to go anywhere.
I could do that too. But I just have to remember. And the ADHD be stopping me from doing that. And I hate talking to people that don't have ADHD because they don't understand how debilitating it is.
How
It's
are you
actually a
assuming-
miracle.
How are you assuming I don't have ADHD?
Do you?
I don't know.
Just want to argue. Let's just argue for any reason. Let's say, hey, you know
I'm
what?
not gonna hold
I can
you.
disagree with this.
No, I really do think that I do have it. I was actually having a conversation about what it will look like to be tested as an adult. Because one thing about the internet, it'll force you to self-diagnose. And I just be watching shit. I'm like, I do that dumbass shit too. Is there something wrong? And then like I'm seeing certain things. Like I was having a conversation with a friend of mine that's a therapist, a child therapist, and I'm seeing things that Parker does that I used to get in trouble for. But I understand that it's not malicious, and I still kind of do some of these things now. So I'm trying to like get her more organized and in line. Like I used to always get in trouble because I couldn't keep my room clean. But it's not that I couldn't keep my room clean. It's like once it got to a certain level, it got overwhelming and I got overstimulated. So I couldn't. But then when I do clean, I don't know how to stop. So I'm like deep cleaning and scrubbing and shit. And I'm just like, yo, like, why is it that I can't just do simple things step by step? It either has to be super fucked up or super perfect. It's so
I would say
weird.
that's more like a OCD-ish type of thing.
Really? I don't know. But I
Look at the
think
way
that I
you
need...
dress. You're always put together perfectly. Like, how do you even... I don't think I've ever seen you disheveled. I'm always disheveled. Like, I don't think I've ever seen you disheveled. Like, is that how you live your life? Is your room ever dirty?
Yeah, it's organized chaos. Like for me to get dressed, I have to go through several outfits, and then the outfits be everywhere, and then it takes me like a week to put them back up.
Okay.
And then sometimes I might just put them in the fucking dirty clothes, even though they're not dirty. But then Parker does the same shit, so she'll like take a fresh shirt out, wear it around the house, and then put it in dirty clothes. And I'm like,
it's dirty.
but that's not dirty, bro.
It's dirty.
You didn't do shit. Like you just sat here. Exactly. Like, so we do like similar things. I feel like the same way when I try things on. Like I already wore it. Even if I didn't wear it outside, I wore it. So now it's kind of dirty.
It's
so
a
now I
different
gotta
pile
put it.
for that.
It's a different pile for that.
Yeah.
It's
Is it
crazy.
wear again pile?
Yeah, it ain't dirty like I gotta wash it, but it ain't like I can't put it back in the drawer.
Do you smell
Yeah.
it? You smell it?
Nah, I just know.
You just know?
Yeah.
You look at it and be like,
Yeah,
this
looks
can be
good.
worn again. You have a mild OCD, no?
I don't know what I have, but I got some type of ADD shit going on, and I be taking some pills. But
And
I
I
be
be
like,
taking some pills now crazy.
This nigga's
I'm out of
he's a
pocket.
crackhead. He's a crackhead.
I'm a mild
Dead
crackhead.
ass. Like, I didn't even know it was that serious with you, but go ahead, talk. You're going to step in it. Go ahead.
So the shit that I take it's supposed to help you stay focused, right?
Mhm.
So when I have to do something tedious, like do like accounting or something, like it should definitely helps. The problem is, like if I go to the bathroom, which it makes you go to the bathroom, I'll get distracted on my way to the bathroom, and then I'll be doing something else tedious
And now
on the
you're
way
focused.
I'll be vacuuming the bathroom mats and be super focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I got, shit that is on a time schedule at my desk, but I got to make it back to the desk now.
That shit happens to me when I tried to deep clean the crib for New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect because I had to clean up the whole crib. But like you said, if I'm cleaning the living room and I go to the kitchen, I start washing the dishes.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I do the
You know what I'm
same
saying?
thing.
On the way to get the mop. And then
Yeah.
I'll mop all the way back into the living room. It's like, yo, you had one thing. So that is true. But ADHD be kind of beating the medicine.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot to talk about today. It is going to be a short episode because yesterday has to go make a run.
It's my mom's birthday, and let's relax.
Happy birthday, Mom.
What up, Yes? How you feeling today, man?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling?
You feel like getting thrown under the bus?
No, not today.
All right, cool. Shout
I
out
like
to
how you asked. You ain't never asked us if
right?
you ever wanted to get thrown under the bus. It's because
y'all
that's
be
your
ready.
cousin.
Y'all be ready. Yes, Tron be like, I know it's coming. You might as well just do it. You know what I'm saying? You be taking off your jewelry and shit, tying your hair back. She ready to fight.
Crazy.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Now, tonight's conversation is going through some things over there.
So you're just gonna jump right?
Tonight's
This your
conversation
man's?
is going through some things over there. And so, I've been scouring the internet, looking for different things, putting things together. I spoke to a couple people. As y'all know, I was on the show for a while. But I ran through some other topics that I found some other topics. You want to talk about the other topics first and then get into the juicy stuff?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm just
So
here.
one of the things that I saw was with Rico Hundo, who's also a cast member on tonight's conversation. He's one of the first ones that was on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Rico. I saw them talking about this story. Let me see if it'll pull up.
A couple of things I can't do because I had an abortion yesterday.
Was it mine?
Yeah, of course it was yours. I didn't want to talk about it beforehand. I just wanted to do it. But I haven't shared with boyfriends in the past, so I'm trying to be more open with you.
So try to be open with me. How many abortions have you had?
I'm not going to share that with you because that is private. I'm not going to ask you how many girls you've gotten pregnant.
None. It's not private. I've gotten no girls pregnant except for you now.
Yeah, that was his tantrum that he threw as he walked away from her gaslighting. Was she wrong for her approach to the situation?
Yes, definitely. Not only for.
I know the women in here like, I hate this nigga.
So I think she's wrong for two things. One, for not mentioning it ahead of time, but also for the way that she mentioned it. Like, it wasn't
So if a woman is going to get an abortion, she should tell the person that got her pregnant that she's going to get an abortion, is what you're saying.
It would be nice. She doesn't have to. You know what I mean? Listen, I respect women's choice and all that. Obviously,
I don't. I don't.
Obviously, it's her choice, and maybe she didn't want to be convinced. So I could also understand how it could be a difficult choice, and maybe you don't want to be convinced of something else. You don't want the man to pressure you.
You can make the
to
choice.
do something. You know what I
But
mean?
you should tell the person that you laid with the situation.
She did tell him.
So that's what I'm saying. So, but
Gaslighting goes around the black community. Just understand what's going on.
Those is white people.
It doesn't matter. You're doing it to me now.
I'm just saying. You said she should tell. I'm just pointing out the obvious. She did tell him.
Should she tell him like that? That was kind of whack. It's not like she sat
You
him
wanted
down.
her to act like empathetic.
I wanted her to be like, hey, you know what? Let me talk to you about something. Instead of, oh, wait a minute, I can't do that. I just had an abortion yesterday.
Yeah, she said it like she cleaned the bathroom.
Yeah, like matter-of-factly, like she stubbed her toe.
What do you mean? Josh, do you think that she's wrong for the way she told this man this?
Sure.
In what ways?
That's all I got. Sure.
You might as well let it out, baby girl. You might as well let it out. Because we all know a lot of women do this. So if you've
never
done
that.
this, all right. So
No,
why
I've never.
aren't you
I would
speaking
never
on it?
do that. It's like I understand why people have a problem with it. It is a little bit cold and callous, but like I told you, I didn't tell them other niggas, so be happy that I told you.
That's tough. It's very
I
tough.
respect you enough to tell you the truth.
The way women generally, because this is not a women versus men thing, right? This is a specific situation. And the way that y'all say y'all have so much over your body, control over your body, but you don't respect what came out of my body into you. This is our child. But as soon as you have the child, it's both of our responsibility equally. You want all of this empathy equally.
It
but
wasn't
beforehand,
a child at all, though.
before it's the conception of a child, it goes into the childbearing process,
Okay.
right? The conception goes into it. This is a two-person thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you have respect for me enough when you're about to make this decision for what we would both be responsible for in order to let me know that this is the choice that you've made? Why is that such a thing where a lot of women feel like they can make that choice on their own and don't have to have no respect or communication with the other person?
Because I think that you might learn the lesson that if you do communicate, then one or two things can happen. If you don't agree, then I'm fucked up anyway. If my mind is already made up and I'm telling you, like, it's like, do you want me to ask your permission or do you want me to just tell you? Because if I'm just telling you, then I just told you. That doesn't make sense.
This sounds like when men want to fuck other people.
How?
Because if you don't agree, then I'm fucked up anyway. Like,
So
do
it's
you want
like-
me to ask for your permission?
Or forgiveness.
or I'll tell you afterwards. Like, what? It's the same thing, same conversation, but now it works in your favor. When it comes
doesn't
to
work in
another life
my
versus me having sex
favor.
with some random chick that I don't care about. You're talking about a whole life that you will not even tell me about because you don't feel you have to, because you don't want to get, you don't want to, what'd you say?
I don't want to deal
Be
with the
fucked up
pushback.
anyway. I don't want to deal with the
Yeah.
pushback.
I don't want to, because if it's my choice, then let me make my choice. Like, I feel like it's a double-edged sword when you think about it in that way. Like, I do have the option of letting you know, but that's one of the, like, a process of my choices. Like,
Go ahead, Jerome.
I don't agree. I personally would never do that, but I get it. Like, I remember I thought I was pregnant for a nigga before, and I'm like, am I actually gonna tell? Like, I think that I might have to take this one to the grave. And it was just based off of the fact that he was the type of nigga that I knew he would be like, oh my God, let's keep it.
Oh, was he your boyfriend at the time?
I don't remember.
'Cause I
She
think
had
that's
no
different
boyfriend.
too. Like,
That's tough.
I don't have boyfriends. I ain't never had a
She
boyfriend
said
in
she
my
only
life.
had, remember she said she only
Just
had
Drew.
niggas.
I only had Drew.
She never had a boyfriend. This is what she said.
so if that's just a nigga, then I don't think you owe him as much. But in the clip, they
That's a
boyfriend and
man.
girlfriend. Yeah, that's different. It's like, damn.
I don't claim nobody.
And then you tell him afterwards and act like you're doing him a favor. You're showing him respect after the fact.
Why is it about respect? I'm just telling you, because I'm telling you the reason why I can't do whatever you just asked me to do.
Because I might have never gotten a woman pregnant before. I might want to have had a child with you. I might want to be respected by the person I'm laid with, conceived this child with, had raw sex
break
with.
up with me then.
See? Yo, come on, bro.
I don't. I'm struggling.
This is
to
what
give
you
a
do.
fuck.
It's what you do when it comes to women. When it's niggas, you get all boiled in your feelings. You get all ready to go to war. I hate the niggas, the way y'all are, the men in this society, all of this shit you do every week. But when it comes to women, shit sucks. It's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
You can't be impartial. You can't hold women to the same torch.
Why would I hold them to the same torch?
It's the same fucking flame.
No.
Put them to there when they
Uh-uh.
wrong.
No, because
Is a woman wrong for not telling the nigga that she laid with, that is her man, that she's about to have an abortion? Is she wrong?
I can't say if she's right or wrong
Why?
because that's not my choice to make. I can't tell you if you're right or wrong. All I can say is what I would do. I would not do that.
Why
but
would you
if
do it?
somebody else did it,
Why would you tell
I
them?
can't tell you that you're wrong.
Why would you tell him?
Because why not? Just because why not? I don't have a reason to not tell, if that makes sense. Like, why not? If I've made up my mind, there's nothing that you're gonna do that's gonna convince me otherwise. So now we just gonna sit here and have an unnecessary ass argument. But I don't give a fuck.
To have an argument, but we're gonna either argue before or after, or you just never gonna tell me, which is even worse. So it's like either way, you kind of violating the relationship. Might as well just say it up front. But I do want to be empathetic to women and understand, like, it might be a difficult choice to decide not to have the baby, and you don't want somebody, especially the man that's involved in the situation, to try to convince you otherwise, and that'd make it even more difficult for you.
Hell yeah.
So I could see how that could be problematic. But in this clip, she was so matter of fact about it, like it wasn't even that wasn't the issue. She just is not considerate. You could tell by the way she just said it, matter of factly, like, because it's not even like after the fact she had a serious conversation with him.
Yeah, she a cold
Yeah.
blooded.
And then try to act like, oh, well, I'm being transparent. I used to have a problem with being
Was she being
transparent.
direct? Is that direct?
No, it was
Passive?
was fucked up.
aggressive. Passive.
It was passive aggressive?
Her tone, yeah, her tone was like it was very cold and callous, and I don't think that that's the way that you should speak to somebody that you care about, but it's not up to me to say making that decision for yourself, whether you're right or wrong, and how you decide to make it. I can't.
No,
I can't speak
I
for her.
definitely agree that it's her choice whether she should have the child or not. I just think that there's a certain respect level that comes with conceiving a child that there's a other person that has feelings. He now has to deal with that on his own because he feels betrayed by you because you didn't even feel like telling him.
But I think
why do that to him?
But I think the fucked up part about it for me is, and I think I agree with you in a sense that sometimes I might lack empathy when it comes to men, because how many women have been on the opposite side of that, that's telling you that they're having a baby or that they're pregnant or whatever, and then the man's response is cold and it's callous and it's mean and it's nasty, and they decide that they just don't want to deal with it. Like, I don't know how to persecute somebody for doing the opposite of what most women do, because I don't think that most women act and respond in that manner, but a lot of men do. So I can't empathize.
Although I understand that point. When it comes to situation by situation, right? I can't apply that. I cannot apply to say, hey, well, she's allowed to behave this way because of all of the other people in the world that went through this. No, this is a choice by you, how you're treating your partner. This has nothing to do with what other women have went through in life. It doesn't. It's right is right and wrong is wrong. In this particular situation, she's not able to gauge, hey, well, in the past, all of these other niggas in life did this. No. How does this person treat me? What does this person deserve? Am I being foul if I don't do this? Or are you willing to just say I'm being foul? If you're willing to say you're being foul, fine. Because to me, this is foul.
Sometimes you gotta be willing to say I'm being foul. Fuck it. Like, what are we gonna do about it? I said it. I did it.
Now you're
what?
talking about men not being very communicative. I saw a story in the Discord. A young lady had a child, and she said, well, I'm going to read some of it. I'm not going to read all of it, but it's giving me context. It's things that I go through. It's funny. My baby father and I get along well, but I'm struggling with how to communicate with him when he's not doing things for our son. He says he feels like whenever I tell him something, it's coming off as judgmental or as criticism, and I feel like I'm just objectively stating something that he needs to do.
Look at you, triggered.
I went and got my sons from school last Friday. EA, don't clip this, because, I'm not on child support. I don't need no trouble. I pay child support, but she could get a lot more. Right? I go pick up my sons on Friday, bring them home. I worked the whole weekend. Snow, because it was snowing. So I wasn't even really here like that. I was working. She came and got them Sunday evening. Tuesday morning, she hits me and says, hey, the boys are sick, both of them. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. What, sick how? She's like coughing, such and such, such and such. I'm like, all right, well, that's been going around. She's like, yeah, were they sick when you picked them up on Friday? I was like, nah. She's like, yeah, so I'm just wondering what happened. What do you mean, what happened? I had to look at the message because I'm like, what do you mean, what happened? You think I shot them with like some Ebola virus or something? Like, what do you mean? What happened?
What happened is fucking crazy.
What do you mean? I really want to know. But I can't ask her. I'm not even, because I know there's just an argument on the other side of that. So I just like went dark. Right? But this is the feeling that I get when trying to communicate often with and it's not just her. My other BM was like this too. You get this like this weird undertone of I'm about to argue with you, and it's like bro, just leave me alone. What do you need? What do you want? Or I shut off, like I did at the end of this conversation. I don't even want to have this conversation with you. Whatever. Is this? You have a baby father. You have baby mamas. Just said there was an S at the end of that, right? Baby mamas. Is this y'all
I don't
experience?
talk to my baby father. I don't know.
You have. You have. For a while. So let's use your experiences here. Do y'all find it, what is the problem with talking to the other parent when it comes just to the raising of the child? What is it?
I'll say I've had this issue more so with my relationship than I had with my baby mamas. Yeah, don't clip this.
Please don't clip this.
And maybe the similarities might be the Virgo, might be the Virgo similarities. But yeah, because that what happened, like that's a lot of our arguments. It's like, what are you implying? What you mean? Like, you think I did something? Like, why does it have to be somebody's fault? Why does it have to be my fault? Kids get sick all the time. Be like, why is there blame that needs to be placed? And you need to figure out how you're gonna blame me for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if that's a baby mama thing or if that's
Trav
just,
says in the chat, matter of fact, shout out to Trav, haven't seen you or heard from you a long time. But he says, because mothers think they know best no matter what.
that's true as well.
That is true.
In some cases.
Is that frustrating for the father?
That has to be frustrating. I think that for me as a partner, like there are times that I have to pull back on that mother knows best thing that just kind of comes in our brain. And I'm just like, he's fucking capable. It's fine. Like, even if you're going to do something in a manner that I probably wouldn't, or you're going to execute something that I'm just like, it was probably an easier way to do that or a better way to do that. Like, I just have to hold it down and just be like,
Well,
kind of cringe on the inside. Like,
do you find yourself, even say when Parker was younger,
yeah,
telling your baby father what needs to be done in the raising of the child?
Well, when it comes to my baby father, that's a little bit different. It would be more of a, this is what you need to do because you need to do X, Y, and Z as far as per helping with her. And then sometimes that would turn into an argument, not necessarily because of what I said, but me holding him accountable for what he said. So he was the type of person that he would say that he would do something, but his execution would be on his own time. But I'm the type of person, if I'm asking for something, it's because I need it to be done. So why do I have to hit you up again to remind you or say like, oh, did you get this done yet? Did you get this done yet? Did you get this done yet? Because now I feel like a nag. I don't like to feel like I'm nagging you. I don't like asking for anything twice. I feel like once I have to ask twice, I might as well do the shit myself. And then that turns into a different argument because it's like, oh, I said I was going to do it. No, bitch, I said do it now. You decided you wanted to wait 3 weeks. Like, that's not effective for me.
Trom, do baby fathers push back because they feel controlled by their BM?
Yes. I think Trav made a really good point. Sometimes mothers think that they know best, and often they do, but sometimes there needs to be that respect, and the respect isn't always there. The respect, like Daj was saying, we might have different parenting styles. That doesn't mean that my parenting style doesn't work. It just looks different than yours, and you got to respect it. Like,
Yeah.
But if you're over there and I'm here with the child and I need you to step up something that I am physically going through here with the child, whatever. I know the child's finance. I know what their schedule is, when the doctor is, what they're feeling like, whatever. And you're over there. You need to be told. Why is it that we take it personally when they tell us what needs to happen with the child as per the person that's here versus the person that's there?
It depends on the tone that they're telling it, and it also depends on what it is. Because there are some things where the mother does know best. And yeah, I might need a little guidance on that. There might be things that a father knows best, and you should be a little open to my suggestions. So, you got to be open-minded, but yeah, you got to be careful how you say shit. Like, yeah, you're talking to a whole nother parent that you need to be respectful of their parental authority and don't just assume that you know best about every topic. You know what I mean?
I think when we talk about tone,
go get them.
Tone always bothers me
I seen the way she said.
it just it's that I know the things that trigger me, and tone is one of those things that trigger me because, as I've said before, like the way that I show up in a space and I show frustration or anxiety or worry, it might seem like I'm giving you an attitude, but like I care about what's going on with my kid, or I have a different sense of urgency about what's happening with my child. So now I have to mask my tone to make you feel more comfortable just to do what needs to be done. Like if my baby is sick, I'm not going to come to you and be like, So like, oh my God, like the baby's sick, so we need to do da 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 da. Like, oh, the baby's sick, like can you come take her to the doctor? Da da da. And there's a sense of urgency. So my tone might not be what makes you feel comfortable, but what is the message? Is the message
It's so
something
funny.
personal to you, or is the message something that if it's just an urgency or
You know,
something that it can't be so lax, it can't be such a casual thing. Like I have an urgency.
Before you go, Trump,
Okay.
you know what? And it's so funny that she says this because I did go dark that day when it came to that response, right? They came back last night, right? They were coming back last night. And she asked me something, and I was like, yo, why do you keep asking me, like, what happened? Like, and she's like, well, sometimes when they come back from the crib, they be sick. So I'm just trying to figure out, is the room cold? Are they going to bed with less clothes? Like, you know, is there something that we can do to, and in my head,
You
I
felt
was
like
like,
an asshole.
I don't want to say I felt like an asshole, but I realized that I had a lens on because all of us did, right? When we heard it without any context, we was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? But when she explained it, it was like, you know what? That does make sense. Maybe I need to get them hotter pajamas because they still going to bed with the, you know, the light cotton. Maybe cause, you know, they do sleep close to the window. Maybe I need to give them a little heater for at night or something like that or something, you know? And I was like, yo, it's funny that in the way that you view a person,
Yeah.
message versus messenger, tone can get lost because you
Yeah.
got these red tinted lenses on when it comes to them. You know what I'm saying? So what she's saying, like, yo, I'm literally just trying to fix the problem, but you're looking at me as the problem before we get to the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I have to fix my tone and I have to make sure I talk to you a certain way so that you don't misinterpret what we actually need to do to get this done for the child.
Right.
How often do you find yourself in that situation, Trump?
Yeah, quite often. So I understand what happened and the conclusion of it. And it's almost like, so Daj, when you say like, am I supposed to mask my tone? I wouldn't say it's masking tone. I would rephrase it and be like, it's communicating effectively. When you communicate with somebody, you want to communicate in a way that they receive the message the way that I intend to get it across to you. And so you have to take into account people's personalities, our relationships, and things of that nature. So yes, tone does matter if you want to communicate effectively, because how it's received is important in communication. So you can't just be like, well, it was an emergency, so I just said it however, and I don't give a fuck if you thought that I was saying it in this type of tone. It's like, nah, that's not how humans are supposed to communicate. If you want to communicate effectively, and sometimes you have to try to do that, which may be unnatural. It's not the way that you normally communicate, right? So instead of saying what happened, she could have led with, hey, you know, was there a window open? Were they dressed properly? Because I noticed X, Y, and Z. But so when she explained it on the latter end, it made sense. But initially, the tone was a little off. And so it could be a combination of you reading it wrong because of the lens that you're looking at it, but it's also a combination of like, you know, maybe I could ask this in a way where it won't be received
Isn't that uncomfortable
in that
though?
way.
Doesn't that sound uncomfortable? Like, I gotta make sure I watch the way I talk to you about something that's just really specifically with someone.
That's the
it's
way
not even like
humans-
I'm coming to argue.
No,
but
it's
I
a
gotta
contra-
package it a certain way.
But it's a
every
contradiction.
time.
Don't we
though.
do that every day with every
No.
human being that we come across? Like, you
No.
don't talk the same way to everybody. You
I do.
understand tone and how you talk to your boss, your supervisor, how you talk to your mom, how you talk to your best friends and the kids is all different and different tone. You always have to be mindful of who you're talking to and how they're going to receive it. So don't get me into that, why should I have to do all of that? Like, we do it all the time. Like, do you care enough to do it for me?
No, I don't think that. I think that the problem is that you're not expecting the best out of this person automatically. Because if you expect the best and the best intentions out of somebody, then you know, in the same way that you say, like, oh, you have to take into account like their communication, you take into account the type of person they are, their personality. If you know that I care about the well-being and the welfare of my child, why are you taking a question that I'm asking you about our child personally? Because you're expecting the worst. You're expecting an argument. You're expecting me to be defensive. You're expecting me to be a certain type of way when maybe I might not have framed the question the right way. The root of the question is the intent. And the intent is to find out, why is it that the kids are sick? Do you have any insight on why? Or do you have any insight on this thing? And I should not have to speak to you like I'm speaking to HR, because then if I do speak to you like that, then it's condescending, then you're being rude, and you're trying to be funny, you're being facetious. So you're expecting a balance for the person, that you're not giving them that same benefit of the doubt back.
I understand what you're saying, but I think you're missing the fact that, what about my intent? My intent was to make sure that my kids are well-dressed and they don't get sick. So for you implying that my intentions were not good, then you losing in the intent battle, because why would you imply that I didn't have good intentions in any?
And that's what I mean when I'm saying that you're not expecting the best out of this person automatically, because you're automatically taking it as a personal slight because of a question.
How else you gonna take what happened?
It depends. Again, if you know that this person has the best intentions, and you know that this person, like, if you did not already think of this person as being somebody that's problematic and argumentative, you might not have automatically took it that way. Because
nigga,
then
if
the
you
next
ask
question
me what
is,
happened about something, I might, nigga, I know you got the best intent, but if you be like, yo, what happened? Like, why your kid's sick? What happened?
But then again,
I'm gonna look at you like,
but
what you mean?
But then you also, when you see me, you also think that I'm argumentative sometimes, and sometimes I'm literally just asking
If Trump
questions.
asks me that, I'm gonna be like, what you mean?
And here's the
said that,
thing,
yeah.
right? And that's what you say, like, oh, wait, what do you mean? You wouldn't just automatically go dark on the person. You would ask that follow-up question because you thought the intent was, you did not come to that conversations with your best intentions and understanding, like, maybe she's just asking a question.
Well, are we gonna be cognizant of the fact that most times, a lot of times, not most, the baby mama, baby father relationship is contentious. This is not your friend anymore. This is not your girl anymore.
Yeah.
This person will argue with you at the drop of a dime.
I think
you're gonna have a little bit of a red alert going on when they speaking to you a certain way, because you're used to that relationship being like that.
Yes and no. I think that, is it possible that the way that you sometimes respond might trigger an argument versus the intent starting off being an argument? For example, if you say what happened and I'm like, hey, what do you mean by what happened? Like, what do you mean by that? And then she explained it versus, what the fuck you mean what happened? What happened what? Like, there's just a different way to respond to things. Like, I always like to lead.
How would you have responded to what happened?
I would have literally been like, what you mean what happened? But I think that would have been a conversation. Like, when she texts you what happened, I would have called like, hey, what you mean what happened? Versus, because I know if I write it out, y'all gonna be like, oh, Dodge is being angry again. She wants to start an argument. And it's just like, but I tell y'all all the time, y'all think that I be wanting to argue. I really don't. I just be asking questions. But in your head, you have like an inner voice of mine that is
Me?
Most people.
So it's everybody else. When it comes to you, it's everybody else. Most people is what you're saying. When it comes to you, it's everybody else has this view of it can't possibly be you.
Sure, it's me.
So I'm just asking. If you're saying most people look at it like that,
no. When I'm talking about,
maybe you
most
need to change
people,
the way that your tone.
Why would I have to change anything if you already know who I am? If you're already expecting the best, if you expect the best from the beginning, there would not be so many different situations of a miscommunication. Expect the best. Expect, like, yo, maybe she's just asking a question and she don't feel no type of way. Or just ask the question, like, yo, you upset? But nobody does that. And I think that comes with being an effective communicator. And when I say nobody, I'm not talking about me per se. I'm talking about most people in general. A lot of people are not as effectively, they don't communicate as effectively as they think they do. And you don't realize that until you're in certain positions of power. Like, damn, niggas really don't know how to communicate at all.
So Travis spitting right now. So first of all, he said, why expect the best if it's literally never been the best? LOL, right? I get that. And he also says, so now we have to check the tone of the response, but not the question. Like, Why can't we just put better effort into the question? We all agree that what happened is not a good way to ask that question. We all agree that.
We
do agree. So why is it wrong for that person not to self-reflect and be like, hey, maybe there's a better way I could have initiated this conversation?
Right, but that happens within the conversation because, again, it's more about responding and expecting the best. Like, what happened? All right, am I going to take this automatically as something that's being said with attitude? Like, nah, let me wait. Like, what you mean?
My point
and then
is,
you ask other questions. And then once you ask those follow-up questions before being triggered and before responding in attack mode, then maybe you might get the answers that you need. And then you could give the feedback like, hey, when you ask that question like that, it definitely put me on alert. Like, I read it in a certain type of tone. And we also have to remember that when we're reading things, it's definitely up to interpretation. You're reading it with a tone that I might not have sent it by.
Is there any accountability on the person that sent the message to maybe have created a better message from the jump?
Why do I have to be accountable for something before you give me the feedback? That doesn't make sense.
Because we all know that is not a thorough, well thought out sentence to ask me when it's pertaining to this subject.
Yes.
Yesterday you over here listening, right? You tend to be. I like the way that you process thoughts, and I want to hear from you on this conversation. What do you have to say when it comes to this?
Which part exactly?
The sender, right? The question asked from most times the BM, and the baby father feeling a way about it. Feeling a way about the way the question's asked.
Tone, yeah.
Feeling a way about the tone. Where do you stand on this? Should the baby father check the way he receives it? Should the baby mother have to watch how she asks?
I think both things have to happen because I think in the relationship, obviously, if the two are not together, then there's some built up. How can I say, like, communication issues, I would say, right? So both people are already looking at the other person, maybe not like with disdain, but there's already a reason why things are this way, right? So like you say, sometimes the guy, he could maybe be looking at the woman because she's known for, like you said, Tahoe, things leading to arguments. I know if I communicate this way, it's going to lead to an argument. And for the woman, she knows that, hey, if I'm just saying something simple, if I'm just putting a request out there or just speaking something that should be normal, the guy is going to take it away and it's going to be an attack. So I think both people should do a better job of receiving and giving out and communicating, because I think both people miss each other and then they're arguing about who's losing worse.
You know what I just realized? We speak so much about how we receive it, right? Mm-hmm. I can't imagine the anxiety that comes from a baby mother with knowing she has to talk to this nigga that's going to receive it a certain way.
Son, that shit.
Or twist it.
Irritating. Or twist it. Or manipulate twist your intentions and be like, well, you said it, you came at me. And it's like, yo, my nigga, I just asked you a question. Like, could it have been worded differently? Fine. Give me that feedback. Maybe I need to add more sentences and be more detailed. But then if I send you too much, then you're like, oh, you're asking me too many questions. So maybe when I keep it short, I'm being curt. When I elongate it, I'm trying to be a smart ass. Like, you can't. What's the middle?
So depending on who I'm texting, whether it be a baby mama or girlfriend at the time, sometimes, depending on the person, you might type up a whole text and then reread it, be like, nah, let me change that and go back, delete something, rewrite it. And because
that's walking on eggshells.
It's not walking on eggshells, it's putting effort in. And
I agree.
My point is that is the other person on the other end putting that same thought and effort into how they're communicating, or are they just going off the cuff and then being like, well, I didn't mean it, like I didn't intend honestly, for it to be like that. Like, put some effort into it.
When I meet somebody, I do the same thing. I make sure that I'm coming because they're getting to know me. So I want them to get the right view of me, the right impression of me, the right impression of my intent. Why does that have to change later on once we have a child? Y'all stop caring about the impression that you're giving or the way it's received. Everything with your communication, I understand, Daj. Mm-hmm. I get that. But does any of the responsibility fall on you? Even though, because when I'm feeling anxious, I'm not going to be myself. Mm-hmm. When I'm feeling anxious, it's going to be received from the other. If I'm having an anxious conversation with you, you're going to feel something coming from me that's just not natural, right? So at what point do you have to, change the way you look at communicating with your baby father?
Once feedback is given, that's what I said.
That could be, nigga, we raised kids for 18 years together, 16, whatever, until the kid and you start talking alone, right? I'm pretty sure you've had that feedback in multiple ways over that time, but because you have the child and you have the primary parent, it's more like, nigga, you need to get on my page.
I don't like that.
We don't either.
But I also
Trust me.
But I'm also honestly very thankful that I don't have to co-parent with nobody because I'm not that mature, son. Like, I'm just not. I know me. I'm not that mature. So you not just going to talk to me any old kind of way. You not just going
Hence why baby fathers are not mature. Men are way less mature than women.
Yeah.
Way less. And so once you start talking us a certain way, we sign out.
Yeah.
And this happens early in the relationship, baby stages, infant stages. A lot of times, like I said, the baby killed the relationship because you are a lot less caring in the way that you relate to me once you have a child for whatever reason, whether it be postpartum stress, whether it be
the fact that there's this little person that needs my time and attention more than the big baby. Like,
yeah,
maybe.
Well, okay. I'd like to hear y'all answers to that. Hit us up. We still have a Twitter, y'all, even though Elon Musk owns it. We're going to talk about that in a few. Let me know at So Shameless Pod on Twitter. Hit us up on Instagram. What y'all think about this? Is there a responsibility for the mother to know how to relate to the baby father in a way that is easily received, that's better received? Or does the baby father need to take off the red tinted lenses when speaking to his BM and understand, what was the quote that you said, Daj? Look at me with the best.
Yeah, just have the best intentions. Like expect the best out of me.
Expect the best. Like, yo, she's just trying to get this done. Why is it that you're always taking it so personally? And then you just make this whole thing harder than it needs to be. When it comes to my BMs, I just took my feelings out of the situation. And I've had people around me that be like, yo, I don't know how you deal with it because I'm here to raise kids. That's it. All that dealing with my ex shit is out the window. I'm not even doing that no more. All I'm doing is talking to the other parent about what happens with the child. When it overloads me, I step back. Me going dark was because I knew I didn't receive it well. So whatever I said after that would have started an argument. She didn't chase me. You know what? She wasn't like double texting me after that. She just went dark. And then we reconvened later on, right? And conversation went the way it was supposed to go.
Good.
So there's a question that I have for y'all. Is there equal responsibility? Should the mothers realign? You just change the way that they look at relating to their baby father? Or does the baby father need to say like, yo, she's going through some shit. She's dealing with the child more than me, and that's the reality. When they have the child, I go to pick her up the other day, and she's laying there with him, and that's just what they're doing all the time. She's always there with the child. You come pick them up and drop them off. So I don't know.
That shit is exhausting.
Another person that was on tonight's conversation podcast.
This is really fucking sick. The setup is crazy.
Well, I work hard at this. By the way, I just been thinking about it. I'm not talking about the Tonight's Conversation podcast on the stream. We are going to talk about it, but I'm going to do it on Patreon. Just because I have respect for the brand. I don't want to see the brand fall. I don't want the people who I really like on that show, on those panels, I don't want to add my shit to what they got going on publicly, but since we have a community, we could talk about it amongst ourselves in our little group chat, right? And I'll be a little bit more forthcoming with my experience with the show, with being booked, with the different personalities on there, and what I know about the situation, right? I know a couple people, so we've been talking. Obviously, the tea's been hot all week.
No, the girls are fighting.
The girls are fighting.
Mojo Jojo. It's fucking stuck in my head. Mojo Jojo.
So yeah, when we get to that point, I'll let y'all know. But we will be releasing that part onto Patreon. So if you're here listening to the stream right now and you're not a part of Patreon, you're not going to get it. So you can just listen. Thanks for listening for 50 minutes. Appreciate you. But I ain't going to drag it out no longer. You're not going to hear this on the stream. You have to be a Patreon member to hear that conversation. But there is another cast member that dropped something in relation to, I guess, men versus women or whatever. Mr. Let Go.
Aaron.
I know y'all hate him so much, but
It's so crazy because I can't hate him, but it's just like, nigga.
well, this conversation,
the fuck?
I actually thought this was a good clip, right? But let's
From
break
Aaron.
down. Yeah, I thought it was a good clip. Let's see. It was him answering somebody else's clip,
Oh, okay.
right? So this is where it starts. Okay, this is how we doing this.
Weekend. I mean, they can meet the president of the United States. They can get a brand new car. They can be on their dream vacation. And then you go to their Instagram, and it's like one picture of him and his dog. Like, what? Like, are you hiding something, or you just don't want people to know what you're doing?
So the reason why, and it's really common sense for us, it makes zero sense for us to turn around and tell some random ass people that we just bought a new car, or we just went to this country, or we're dating this particular woman. Isn't that the reason why y'all have so many problems with other women? Because they all in your business, and the person you've been bragging about dating for so long, y'all ain't together no more. Now is a juicy topic for everybody to talk about. The car you were bragging on social media about got repoed. Now everybody's wondering why you're driving another car. Like, why in the world do y'all need so much random attention? It's simply because women are children. When a child does something cool or accomplishes something, what do? Look, mommy, look what I'm doing. Look. They always want somebody to look at them because y'all need constant validation in every facet of your lives. I'm not saying that what y'all do is bad or how y'all operate is bad or even the women or children thing isn't bad. It's just how y'all operate. But don't look at us like something's wrong with us. Live your life. Stop showing people who really don't give a shit about what you're doing.
So let me start by saying I don't hate Mr. Let Go, but I often disagree with him strongly. And as in this case, as in others, sometimes like I'll be like with him, like, okay, you saying something that started to make sense, and then he just jumps out the window. So I mean, you know, it's like, yo, you could say that and make good points without hurling an insult at an entire group of people by saying that they're children.
Was he wrong?
You know, can I say something?
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? I thought I agree with you, Trom. But I do remember Dodge making that same point about men a few weeks ago. And we told her, like, hey, I don't know if we could just cast the whole, you know, saying that we children, saying, that's a little much. She was like, no, you guys don't.
Everybody always got a voice. This is why I didn't even do nothing.
So you're basically saying that when Dodge compared us to children, it was okay, but when he does it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
That's always it's a problem when I do it.
It was a problem when you did it.
Cool when they do it.
I do think that he had a point about validation and why kids always run to their parents looking for validation. Like, look what I'm doing, this, that, and the other. And it's just funny that he's saying that the ladies are doing it for the internet. They want everybody to big them up and show, you know, they show the best parts, and then they always like, because very often when you meet somebody from social media, they're not who you thought they was on social media. Very often. What do y'all think about that when it comes to what he's saying as far as women showing all their stuff on social media versus men not showing it a lot?
I don't understand because I feel like I see men flexing and flossing more on social media than women. So I think it's weird for you to say like, oh, women are doing these things for attention and they're children, but it's like you see the same shit with niggas all the time.
Agree.
Like we're talking about a very small group of men that are really private when it comes to social media. And I don't think that that's the norm. Like they are normally the ones with the cars and the jewels and the drip and this like trying to make it seem like they are this type of man. And then you meet them and it's the opposite. That goes with everybody. So I don't understand how it turned into like a a woman thing. And I do think that when it comes to certain men that are really, really private on social media, it does come off weird and disingenuous because, like, if you want to be that private, why is you here? Like, the whole point of social media is to be social and to add pictures and videos and show these best parts of your life or even the worst parts of your life. I don't understand that type of social media, but whatever. Do you have a brand? Do you have a clothing line? Do you have a hobby? Is it like, why are you on this app if you're not going to fully participate and ingrain yourself in it? And it could be very much that there is aspects of your life that you are quote unquote hiding. I get it. I don't understand how it turned into a woman thing. Like, why couldn't it just be about the niggas that she was talking about?
I think I know why. I think that, to your point, that men and women overshare on social media. Mm-hmm. They just overshare differently. And I think women overshare relationship status and things of that nature. You can tell, like, if I go on my feed, I could tell the women that I'm friends with or follow, I can tell their relationship status quicker than I could tell my guy friend's relationship status.
Yeah.
Just off of different hints, clues, deleting old posts or subs and, he missed out on this one, like captions,
memes and stuff
like everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's facts. That's facts. Theory. You have the remote over there. Can you mute the TV? Is it here? Can you mute the TV? Yes?
I don't have the remote. Weird.
All right, never mind. I'll do it. Go ahead.
so most of my guy friends, myself included, you would have no idea our relationship status, whether we're sad, whether we're doing great in relationships when it comes to social media. So I think that is a big difference. So
And why is that?
Again, I think we're all guilty of oversharing. It's just what we choose to overshare. I think maybe women value relationships, and whereas men value their money and financial status.
That's some bullshit.
And
You gonna lie to me?
Hold
I'm
on.
here.
No, I didn't
I
finish.
asked you the question. She didn't ask you the question. I asked you the question.
I didn't finish my sentence though. I don't know if that's like really how we feel, or if that's how kind of we're raised and how like societal standards. It's like the same shit we talk about all the time. Like
And Dodge gonna
women,
chew you up.
Women are raised. Women, you can have a successful woman that's making millions of dollars, and people are gonna be like, why aren't you married? Whereas a man, they wouldn't ask him the same questions if he's successful, because the priorities are different for men and women when it comes to like where they are in life and how well they're doing in life.
I think that was great. Everything you said, nothing was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that you circled around the real problem. Like you just in orbit around the real problem.
All right.
Right? Women like to say, I have somebody that loves me. They like that. They like that. It's I don't even say they're bragging to everybody else, but it's like, yeah, I'm proud that I have somebody that loves me. When I got in a relationship, before I got in a relationship, I was getting 10 nudes a day on Instagram. I was getting 40 requests. Take me out, fuck me. Please, I need to fuck you, Tahoe, please. Nigga, when I said I had a girl and started posting her, nigga, my shit was a desert. I ain't got a motherfucking, I'm still at 59,000. I was there 3 years ago. The minute I started actually loving her out loud, these bitches like, we lost another one, bye. Niggas know that. So you're not gonna post a chick because you don't want to lose all your other bitches.
Exactly.
You just don't want to lose your attention from all the other bitches.
Yep.
That's the only reason you posting on Instagram anyway, so you could get the attention from the bitches.
Hello.
So why would I post?
Hello. Like, I don't know why
chick
we
I already
play.
got.
Like,
I got her already. Why I post you for? You're gonna kill the vibes.
definitely will kill the vibes.
That makes a lot of sense if you're still out in the streets.
It doesn't
matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're still out in the streets or not. It's that human nature of just wanting somebody to like you. It's that feeling like, yo, I know even if you're the most faithful person in the world, there's gonna be a heart eyes in your DMs. You gonna post something in your story and then somebody gonna say something a little slick and you can have like a little banterous moment or whatever. That shit stops the minute that you show
that you
how
really
happy
fuck with
you
some.
are.
Yeah.
Like, and it's aligned to happiness, right?
Yeah.
Because there are niggas that I know. I'm telling a fucked up story.
Go ahead. I know where you're
There's
going
a
with
nigga
this.
that I know that I was talking to that has a girlfriend, a long-term girlfriend. Never seen a picture of the girl. Never posted the girl. We used to talk all the time. We used to text all the time and everything. And I'm just like, why are you still there? You don't even like her. Like, you don't even like her. And he would never deny that. But niggas sometimes be loyal. So he was still with her. But now we talking. Now we done went out on a couple of dates and we texting and he putting heart eyes. Every time I post a pic, he da-da-da. And I remember one day I posted a picture and he was like one of the first people to comment on it. And then I changed the caption to break up with your girlfriend, I'm bored. Mm-hmm. And I meant that shit in my heart. I really meant that shit. I'm just like, just break up with your girlfriend, I'm bored. Like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. What are we doing here? And to this day, he's still with that girl. Mind you, this was years ago. Mm-hmm. He's still with that girl. I still never seen a picture of this lady. I'm like, yo, you have to be the most unhappy. I've seen myself on your page more than I've seen your girlfriend on your page. And we not even together.
And that's some real shit. Especially women
I'm
will
formally
still
messy.
flirt
I've
with
changed. I told y'all I'm different now.
If they know you in a relationship, they'll still fuck with you.
Sure will.
If they know you're in a relationship, but you ain't really happy.
What?
But once you start posting, you on trips with
you
shorty,
smiling.
y'all holding hands and walking on the beach. It's just like, look at this in love ass nigga. All right, good. I'm happy for you.
He's out of here.
Right, put a LOL under your pic.
Yeah,
dead ass. Son, yo, the LOLs be hurtful because it's like, yo, I know what you laughing at, bitch.
Filthy.
It's crazy how they react. So that's why I don't think it's none of this shit that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't posting because you don't want to lose your access to all these other chicks.
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You're
it. You
hiding
still
something.
want that attention from them. Even if you got a relationship, even if you stay in here, whatever, you still want that attention from over there. Mm-hmm. And we just don't lie about it. But women, they don't lose that from niggas when they
sure
post
don't.
you.
Niggas don't. They don't give a fuck.
They get more niggas.
They still be in the shits.
Niggas be talking crazy.
They get more
Even to
niggas.
this day, I still get heart eyes from niggas, and I be like, "Oh, I look nice today."
Yeah, niggas be laughing at you. You posting niggas.
I'm not even funny.
She posts you and a nigga DM you like, "Oh, y'all look happy."
LOL.
And she laughing back like, "Yo, stop, Trav. Stop it."
That's not funny.
He's like, "What? Yeah, they flirting."
Yeah, that's definitely flirting. Big
I
flirting.
have a question. This is a question that I asked in the Discord.
Uh-huh.
Say your girl goes to a restaurant, woman, go to a restaurant, or goes to a takeout counter, right? The nigga behind the counter, starts flirting with her crazy, right? Flirting with crazy, asking her number, and then she's like, I'm in a relationship, whatever, right? Ask her again, oh, you look real cute. When he gives her the food, he gives her extra food, mad extra food. Food is great. Mm-hmm. When she goes back, is it pre-cheating if she goes back to that same nigga? If she waits for him to make her food?
Yes.
Why is that pre-cheating? Y'all really the fucking haters. Y'all
I just want to know.
Y'all
Yes.
never want to let us
I
live.
just wanna
Let
know.
me live. Why I can't get some extra wings because I look good? Yes, I'm going to that nigga every time.
You going back to
that
him?
nigga Terrence? Yes.
And he's
Terrence
flirting
at
with you.
work today?
And so you know his name. He knows your
Yes.
name,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you're selling
Yes.
you're selling access to you for this food, for these yams.
Selling access is
Right?
crazy.
For some fucking collard
Access is
greens.
crazy.
Right?
Selling
Yams is
access
crazy.
Am I bugging yesterday? Am I bugging?
Access is crazy.
All right, well, check it out.
Selling access is crazy.
It actually happened to
The
me.
food banging.
I figured it would.
This happened to me. I go to the spot,
Tanae's already responded.
right? Look, look. I go to the spot. Shorty
It's the
flirting
LOL.
with me. You look cute. Oh, I didn't know you work for sanitation. Whatever. Right? You could tell, when a person trying to keep looking at you in your eyes, you could tell it's almost like as a guy, you gotta look down now. It's like, yo, you trying to do too much, right? But you almost blushing.
Trying to
Right?
fuck you.
I get the food. I got fucking damn it 4 turkey wings. I had 3 turkey wings and mad extra meat. They only give 2. Right? And I
Yeah.
seen when she gave it to me, she looked at me. She looked at me like, yeah. Right? I love turkey wings. From this spot, I love the turkey wings. I was hyped. I was able to eat twice off this one meal. Right? When I go back, do I go back to Shorty?
Yes.
Hell's yeah.
Ask Tanae.
Uh-oh.
She is not going for it. You're not
How
going
she
there without
gonna
me.
It's
know?
over. Nah, it's over.
So
Why you can't? Tanae, stop fucking being a hater, my nigga. What
as
are we
long as
doing?
you're not entertaining her,
You're entertaining her.
You're entertaining.
You're entertaining.
I mean, but
her.
aren't you clear that you in a relationship?
But
and
y'all
you
are
not,
talking. Y'all are forming
So
this bond.
what?
Y'all got social
I
media.
mean, talking and forming a bond is crazy over the counter. Is it really that?
Why does
It's
he know
not
her
that
name?
fucking serious.
How many people you go to fucking take takeout out and she know and you know the person named Terrence or Dodge? Like why does he know her name?
You supposed to. That's how you build community and you get free
Oh,
shit.
you build the community.
Oh, that's
what she did.
That's
She
what they
built the
call
community.
it. That's what they
That's
call
how
it
you
now.
build community and get free shit. I don't understand.
Look at her. The real question is, are you bringing me back some?
Real. And I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna
Get your
share with my
food and
nigga, and
leave.
I'll be like, yo, babe, this nigga at the food, he was flirting with me, and I got some extra food. Here.
Trom, you cool with that? Wifey, going to get extra food by flirting with a nigga?
I don't give a fuck. what
Extra
y'all
gravy
say.
on her wings, Tron. Come on.
Flirting is different than he just liking her, and
No.
If she's playing into it, then yeah, it's a little bit of an issue. For some chicken wings, like I got $5. You want to get more chicken
It's
wings?
not about
Like,
the
you know what I
money.
mean? I know, but
It's not. It's fucking fun. Y'all niggas
It's
hate
fun.
fun.
Oh
I'm
my
telling
God.
y'all, and we spoke about this shit before.
I know it. We're
now
going to
we
the
We
drinks.
spoke about this
We're
before.
going to the drinks.
We
Yeah.
going back to the drink. Y'all niggas are the fucking fun police. I'm not ugly. I'm lit, and I'm sorry if a nigga want to
Wait, what?
give me an extra fucking wing. I'ma smile and I'ma get because it's fun. It's fucking fun. It is entertaining.
And you-
It's like a fucking game.
and you're okay with it if it's reversed.
You know I don't give a fuck about nothing. You can't ask me that. I'm not
Yo,
normal.
me and
Listen,
Dash
as
have
long as
literally
it's not
watched
a
that
double
nigga fuck
standard.
somebody else.
Right, like we
yo, this
sat
nigga
there,
gone
like
crazy.
we sat there on each other, like, damn, that nigga
So
fucking
I
shit
kind of
up.
knew the answer to that before I asked, but as long as it's not a double standard, that's cool.
No, but I just feel like why y'all hate fun?
It's because of our ego and we don't like other men having access to you.
You don't have access to me. You don't
He
have my
does.
fucking
Got
phone number.
access.
All you get is a fucking smile and an LOL, and then I go on about my business.
If I go to a bar, right, you know I keep going back to this bar. I go to this bar by myself. The bartender happens to like me, but I go to this bar to sit with this bartender by myself because she always gives me more drinks and I like to drink. She makes sure she's always hooking me up. So I'm just sitting there talking to Keisha at the bar. You know I keep going back to this bar. You don't think that I'm forming some type of relationship with this bartender?
But you know one thing about being a bartender, number one, she probably already knows that you have a girlfriend because one thing as bartenders that we do, or when I used to be
we
one,
sell sex.
no, it's not even just about selling sex. Like it's like we're a fucking unlicensed therapist. Like you sit there and you do build bonds with people, but you're having conversations about your real fucking life. So I probably already know that you have a girlfriend. That doesn't stop you from being attractive. That doesn't stop me from being attractive. I'm still gonna probably pour you an extra shot if you take care of me via my tips or whatever. But that doesn't mean that I want to take you home. This is your safe space, your sanctuary. And why do I have to share my safe space? Because I'm talking to other attractive people. I'm sorry. I am a person, and I really do value this. I value being around attractive people. I think that it's fun. I think that it's like I love having conversations. I love getting to know new people for different things. But at the end of the day, I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice home for this person. I'm not cheating, but I don't want to be around ugly people. Why would I want to do that?
So I feel that, and I also
I'm not a swinger.
I also feel that you shouldn't feel like you're on a leash in a relationship, and you should have, be a human. Like people like attention, people like to flirt. So for me, it always boils down to treat people how you want to be treated. And if that's the way, if you wouldn't mind it being done to you, and that's the you and your person got that relationship where it's cool, then whatever. You know
But
what I mean?
why does it have to be anything that's being done to somebody else? Like, why can't I just be a person like that has enjoyment in having conversations with people?
You are a whore.
Mind you,
You're a whore.
I'm not a
She's
whore.
out selling herself for fucking chicken wings.
Yeah.
She don't care.
Yo, she
You
said,
got-
yo,
anybody got
I'm
access to you,
outside.
you got some gravy?
I'm lit.
Extra gravy?
Dog sound like a
Oh
YN.
gosh.
I'm her.
I will come right back to you. Extra gravy, I'll be
fucking
there.
Her. I'm sorry. Like I would never want a relationship to stop me from feeling like I'm her.
Look, this is exactly how I started this. This is why I started this, Tanae. Because I knew you was flirting with the nigga for plates. I knew you was flirting with the nigga for plates. She would tell me that a nigga was coming to New York, and every time he came to New York, he would sell food. This is what he did, sell food. Yeah. But he would contact her, and she would always go get these pans of food from the nigga. I'm like, why is he contacting you? Because the food is that good. Like, you gotta do is post, people's gonna come. Right. Why is he specifically contacting you?
Because you know what your girl look like.
And she used to get free food from the nigga.
That shit lit.
As soon as she started posting me, what'd she say? As soon as I started posting you, the nigga started charging me.
I never said he contacted me. She said you're lying.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, babe. There's nothing wrong with flirting. It's fucking fun.
All right.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you a story about flirting?
Yeah.
Really quickly. So I went out one time when Thule came up here. I went out with Thule. It was like me, Thule, and Greg, and we went to like this little day party or whatever, and it was so much fucking fun. Like, I was in there, like, I hadn't been out in a while. So sometimes you gotta feel like, yo, am I really still that girl? Because I remember when I used to go, I used to just pull niggas. I would come back 3-4 numbers, And I was like, I just wonder if I'm still that girl. And I swear to God, I was lying in this party. Oh my God, I was selling dreams. I had like a whole... I met like 3 niggas. One of them lived down south, and he was telling me about his house. And I'm like, oh my God, I would so love to go down south. And da-da-da-da-da. All the flirt. I did all of the things, and it was so much fun. And you know what I did? Immediately on the way home, I'm just like, yo, babe, I bagged 3 niggas tonight. It was so much fun. Like, I still got it. I'm still her.
Am I wrong for thinking this is foul?
How is this foul?
That's crazy.
Because now the niggas
so
know
fun.
that you got a nigga. What if nigga know you got a nigga and just thinks that you don't thinks that you don't respect your nigga? Like,
these are niggas that I don't know. They was niggas from out of town.
Yo,
niggas I've never
almost
seen.
had this chick in the spot the other day. He go find your page or whatever. Oh, she married. She don't give a fuck about this nigga. I was about to fuck it over there.
You was about to. How you was about to do something? Niggas like.
Yes, we be talking like that, even though we don't. Yeah,
that shit is so funny.
She was lit. One more drink, she's going home.
I got another question pertaining to your story. So I already said that as long as Drew's cool with it and you tell him about it and y'all laugh about it, I think it's fine. But my question to you and Tahoe, you could probably relate to this. Have you ever been out and been Greg in that situation where you with like 2 of your homegirls, platonic friends? Like, sometimes I be feeling the ways when niggas be too aggressive at the shorties that I'm with, because I'm like, you don't know my relationship with either one of them or both of them, and I'm here and I'm present. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
I think I understand that. I think 3 of them, one of them didn't ask at all, but the other 2 of them was just like, yo, who's that? I'm like, oh, that's my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't mind flirt with other niggas in front of your friends, male friends?
What do you mean?
What I just asked.
I don't understand. I don't understand the question.
You don't mind.
I don't mind flirting with anybody when I fucking feel like being flirty. I don't give a fuck. What y'all gonna do? Y'all can't beat my ass.
Oh shit.
What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna tell me? Nigga, I'm gonna tell on myself.
No, it's not about telling. It's about, do you feel a sense of protection for your female friends? Like, I would feel like, oh, this nigga trying to push up. He don't know you met. Drew's my man.
Right.
But what? but again, you're policing fun. If you know that I'm doing it with the intention of just be like, this shit is just fun for me. Like, I'm not.
Because
y'all know I'm not a good
get mad at the people that are with your nigga when he's fucking other bitches. Y'all get mad at the friends too. Like,
that's
y'all
different.
Niggas knew.
You see how you took it. You see how you take things too far.
Well, there's a thin line. It's right there.
It's not right there.
I don't know what your real intentions are.
There's a complete difference between being flirty and having conversations and literally just, I don't want to say, it sounds fucked up when you say it like this, but like literally playing with people. Like, it's just like, in my head, it was a fucking game. Like, yo,
right, so
how
cool.
many lies can I tell tonight and a nigga will believe me? Like, it was fucking fun. But at the end of the day, you're talking about knowing that my person is with me and watching them do physical things and knowing about them doing physical things with another person. And if that's not something that I'm cool with and you know I wouldn't be cool with, yeah, nigga, you foul.
Let me ask you this. Is that wrong to kind of waste people's time and flirt with them, to play, like you said, play with them?
Is it wrong?
And they might be trying to actually connect with somebody that might genuinely be interested. They could have been talking to somebody else. They could have been buying somebody else those drinks, and now they spending their hard-earned money on you, and you playing with them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's women do that.
Yeah, I have fun. Men do it all the time too. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I'm so sorry. Like you can say I'm not a good person. You can dub me whatever you want to do. I'm telling you, that shit is fucking fun. It's fun because you live in like a little dream bubble for like an hour, and then I move on and talk to somebody else.
No, that's peace.
You don't care, yes.
That's
if it was your chick, you would be cool with that?
Nah, y'all niggas on drugs.
Y'all niggas think y'all own people. I told y'all about this already.
I think it's less about ownership. I can,
it's
like
just
Trump said, it's the makeup of your relationship.
Why is
Drew's
it
in the chat, and he said he doesn't
disrespectful?
mind. So again, there's monogamy, there's ethically non-monogamous. There's all different types of labels that go to shit, right?
Yeah, ethical non-monogamy is that girl.
Right? So if he don't care, and again, I think a lot of niggas would be, first of all, he knows you. I know you. You not sliding.
I'm not sliding on.
She don't even want to come here.
I just texted that nigga. I missed him a minute. I want to be up under my nigga so bad right now.
She's not sliding. So he knows that. Plus, forget what she's talking about. Where does she really live? She lets him do him. She lets him do him. I know this. I've seen it. This nigga's walking around the play party in a Speedo. You seen it too.
Every time I seen them, he had a different. Yeah, that's a fact.
He was over there doing him. He's roaming. She's doing her own thing. So, am I gonna be a lot more lenient when it comes to the way I think about her? If I know that she handles me the same way, of course.
Yeah,
true.
You know what I'm saying? Of course. But again, this is all about the way your situations are made up, of course. And then there's the trust levels.
Yeah.
Then there's the history. Has that trust been broken before?
Mm-hmm.
That matters. I could trust you 1,000,000% when we going in, but if you break it, you can't expect me to react the same way I did in the beginning.
Yeah.
That shit got to build up, and I'm not even sure it's going to go all the way back. And if you choose to stay, wherever that trust lands after you violated it, you have to deal with that if you choose to stay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like people to have fun.
I don't really like Tanae being up in niggas' faces. It's probably my ego though. That's just probably my ego. I like knowing that she chose me and won't give nobody else the time of day. I said this before about the drinks. I just like knowing, you know what I mean? But hey, that's my own issues I gotta fucking deal with, I suppose. And I ask y'all out there, ladies, what do y'all feel about that? Your man going to get free shit or special treatment from a particular woman. We was talking about this in the Hard and Soft Discord, where they said, would you mind if your man had spent $300 a month on OnlyFans? Right?
How much money he make?
Whatever. Say he makes $150 a year, and he spends $300 a month on OnlyFans. Would you mind?
I would be a little concerned because, like,
all right. So say it was $75 a month on OnlyFans.
No,
you wouldn't mind.
That doesn't make a dent in my day-to-day life.
It's the money that you're worried about.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It would be about the money. It depends on how much money you make and how much money is being taken out of things that could be for us or specifically for me.
Sean, what if she had spent $75 a month on men's OnlyFans?
So that's exactly what I was thinking in my head because, like I said, it's about, how would I feel if it was done to me? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's the same equivalent when men and women do that, but yeah, I might feel a way. I probably would. And it's not about the money.
Why? What is it about?
It's about, and there's nothing wrong or right. It's about your preference in your relationship where we are monogamous.
Y'all niggas be policing fun. She not fucking the niggas.
So, but what I'm saying
she
is,
just looking at dicks.
Yo, Charles is like, yo, you really be going to watch this nigga fuck bitches?
If you know what I mean?
I'm with you, Charm.
In a relationship like Dodge has, that makes sense. It's like, yeah, we actually are fucking other people sometimes. So me looking at OnlyFans is not too far out of the realm of what we're comfortable with. In most typical monogamous relationships, it's like, that's a bit much for you to, it's not even really about can I afford it? It's about you're looking to other people for sexual gratification. Even though you're not physically touching them.
But don't y'all watch porn?
Y'all bugging out.
Because I don't.
Porn?
Porn is free.
Porn is free.
But you looking at other
But you
people for
still- it's
sexual
the same
gratification.
thing.
It's not about the money you
No,
said.
it's paying.
You're looking at other people for sexual gratification. What's
You
the difference?
said it wasn't. Yeah.
I guess it's more specific when it's like one person's page that you're subscribed to. You know what I mean?
That kind of was my point. So I couldn't talk in this conversation because I was outside doing the salt spreading. And my thing was, you're really locked into this person.
Yeah.
You're locked into this person. Or where you're spending this amount of bread to see them every month. You're locked in. And that, to me, could be problematic to some people.
Oh God.
Especially if you're there for, especially like say if Sinead, like say if she was going to this particular guy's page. It's not about the chicks that he's fucking. She's watching his strokes. She's watching the sweat come down his back. In particular.
I want y'all niggas to find a hobby.
Enough to want to pay for it.
Niggas need a hobby.
It's the paying.
It's the paying
It's
for it.
the-
Like you dead, you on this nigga
yeah,
sweat.
nah.
Trickling down his balls. You horny bitch. You
I
fuck.
don't understand. Yo, why are y'all like this?
yeah, y'all
Like, I
bugging.
want everybody to go see the lady and find out, like, why is it? Because I don't believe that this is like human nature. What is it that y'all feel
It is human
like
nature.
this? No, I don't believe that it's human nature. I think
A
it's
lion
actually the
doesn't-
opposite.
Well, okay, human nature, but I think it's just like, yo, I don't want no niggas around mine.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
want
what's
no
wrong-
niggas.
But,
what's
in,
wrong
but
with
even
that?
in this instance, there is no nigga in your girl's vicinity, and
That's
you
a lie.
still feel away.
That's a lie.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, what are you talking about?
First of all, she's paying to see fucking Mbakwe do the backstroke.
Mbakwe
No,
is
I'm not
crazy.
doing that. Give
Yo,
me
you
no.
just thought about some long ass meat.
Yes.
You just
Because he's like,
thought
what
you
else?
just went to some big
Nah,
Nigerian
you're not.
dick.
You're not
What's
about
wrong
to.
with you? Yes.
Nah, she's not about to be watching Turbo all night. Talk about, oh yeah, Turbo got my 300. No, baby, give me the 300. I'll be Turbo for the month. That's how I
this
see
is
it.
fucking crazy, son.
Mbakwe.
This is really fucking crazy.
I think most men and probably women, I don't know, would like to feel like, as unrealistic as it sounds, like to feel like they are like the only person in the world that matters to your partner, and everybody else
That's
is
not
like
psychotic?
tunnel vision. Like I said, it's a little unrealistic. It reminds me of a bad analogy.
Say it.
I remember when
This nigga always got a bad
Always
name.
got one on
I
deck.
love one.
Here we go.
I love
Here
that.
we go.
I remember I was working for Verizon. This was 20-something years ago. And my manager knew that I was a DJ, knew I had other things going on. And I was like, oh, can I get off work early tomorrow? I want to go DJ after work party. She was like, look, I know that you have other things going on in your life, but I don't want you to let me know that you have other things going on. You like, my impression of you should be like, you are focused on Verizon, and this is what I don't need to know.
That's
I
a
know,
toxic work
I
environment.
know, no, but she was right though. She was like, I understand that you have other things going on, but as your manager, I would like to think that this is your priority, and you're making it clear to me that it's not, and you have other things in your vision, and sometimes you just have to let off that smoke screen and at least make it appear that it's just one thing that matters. Like when you're working 9 to 5, everybody got other shit going on in their life, but that shit don't matter. You are working here, and I need you to have tunnel vision right now. And even though it's unrealistic to expect that you don't have other things and other dreams, you shouldn't be so outward about it. You know what I mean?
That's so toxic and disingenuous. And I think that is one of the things I'm happy that in work-like settings, it's not like that anymore, because I
Agreed.
can see that rationale from the time line. Like you said 20 years ago, so that had to be like the 90s, right? So that's like
2000s.
fucking, was it the 90s or the 2000s?
Early 2000. Actually,
Early
it was the
2000s.
late 90s. It was the
Yeah,
late
I was
90s, yeah.
thinking like it was like the late 90s. So even with that, like thinking about that, it's just like it was such a toxic time. Like you really had to be like married to work. Like this is work is your life, and you when you're here, you're here. It's like work-life balance wasn't even a thing back then. I'm sorry, I have other hobbies and other things that I want to do. I would rather be transparent with you, or I could just lie to you and be like, oh, I need to be off early this day because I got a fucking doctor's appointment. What I'm really going to do is something else.
She told me to lie to her.
Yes, and that is a toxic environment but not in that time frame. But I personally, as a supervisor, as a boss or whatever, I want my staff to tell me I would rather you tell me the truth than lie. Like, don't fucking lie to me. Like, you go to school outside of work and you have to leave at a certain time because you have class, tell me. Because that is something that's important in your life, and I'm here to help prioritize your life. Oh, you have other responsibilities at home, you're helping out a sick parent, tell me. Because I'm going to tell you, absolutely go take care of your life. Like, and if I can help or cover you in a way, then I don't mind doing that. But on the flip side, like, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, work is life. When you're here, fuck everything else in your life. I'm like, nah, tell me.
When you're paying somebody out your pocket, it's a different type of thing. Like, now you telling me that all these other things are priorities to you, but I'm paying you to get something done, and you like basically like, well, I gotta go do this because that's important to me.
But you're only getting paid for the hours, though.
Right.
You're not getting paid for my whole life, nigga. Once the hours is done, this shit is done. It's over with.
Right. If your shit is done, if all your stuff is done and everything you gotta get done is done, and you don't have no classes for the next 2 hours, and you need to break out early because you got, nigga, bye, go live your life. I don't know. I
like the way Dodge thinks about certain shit. But I wonder if that would be the same if she was the owner, president of the company, right? And people came to work for her. I'm not sure. I can't say it wouldn't be, because if she has like a connected versus disconnected, like this, go do your thing. That's a hell of a dope environment, right? Your job's done. All right, go, bye. Go, get out of here. Some bosses is like that.
Because like,
you have bosses that'll let you go. You're
You're
supposed to be until 5, but it's like, yo, it's 2:30. We ain't got nothing. Go.
It's
bye.
nothing happening
Have a great
here.
afternoon. I used to love the bosses that was like that.
She was the best boss I ever had. I haven't had a lot of jobs, obviously, but she was cool about it. She would let me off. She was just giving me advice. She was like, yo, sometimes you have to at least act like this job is your top priority.
I hate that. I really
Gotta
hate
play the
that
game.
was something that you
Yeah,
you gotta
game.
play the game. And
All
it's
right.
crazy. I hate that for people because I ain't playing. I'm telling y'all the real.
Facts.
Let me take a small break. Then, Donald Trump is in office.
Who?
President 47th president of the United States is in office. He brought TikTok back.
Of course he did.
People thought that was a setup,
Of course it was.
Yes.
Because he was the main one talking about we need to ban it.
Right.
right? But he was talking that in his
Yeah.
thing. So he didn't run on that. Like when campaigning against Biden and Kamala, that wasn't a big running stance, bringing TikTok back. So why would it, you know what I'm saying, be a big thing now at the end once he's already in to bring it back? What's the point?
He didn't have to run on it because Biden and the Democrats were for banning TikTok in the U.S. as well. So it was no need for him to run on that platform. And he just basically initiated the ban and then saved the ban. And now he's a fucking hero to the young TikTok users.
Because they fucking stupid, and that's the whole point. Everybody
He's just playing chess.
Fix your mic, Dosh.
He's for all the criticisms that I have of Trump, and it's a lot of them, you know, sometimes you just gotta sit back and applaud him for like being able to play chess the way he's playing. Like he's sometimes
gotta
Is
be
it
the
playing
most-
sometimes I
chess
take
when
notes.
you playing against a nigga that can't play? Like,
What you mean?
Who, Biden?
no, I'm not talking about him. I'm just talking about Trump as a whole. Like, I don't think necessarily that he's playing chess because he don't have like his opponent doesn't know how to play, and his opponent is the American people. Niggas are really dumb.
But he even plays chess with his contemporaries, even with like Zuckerberg and people. The way he handles people and gets them to end up
He's a
being
bully, though.
on his side. Right.
bully.
So some of it is bullying, but some of it is like strategic tactics.
Well, I think that he's a fucking, I don't want to say bully. Like, yo, he don't give a fuck.
He's
Like,
definitely a
I've
bully.
never seen anybody pardon people on the first day in office. The people that were convicted because they tried to help you over, they,
wild.
you know,
Yeah.
overturn. I don't know if they
Insurrection.
tried to overturn an election. Like they was just doing a wild ass riot. But
The insurrection.
you pardon them your first, like that's some bully ass shit. And this might be controversial. It definitely now leads me to believe Obama could have been a stronger president.
How so?
Trump is telling you, don't give a fuck. You're the president. I'm the president.
But that's not how it's supposed to happen. Like what we're seeing from him.
Who's to say how it's supposed to happen?
Because that's not how politics work. Like you're supposed to
It
be
is
a man.
now.
No, you're supposed to be a man of the people. He's not a man of the people. He's a man of his followers. And he only does
followers of the people.
what no, they are not. They're not even the majority.
Well, that's not true.
No, that is true because you could go back to when he fucking ran against Hillary. These people were not the majority. You go back to the whole insurrection.
Now there is more people voted for Donald Trump than voted for Kamala.
Y'all really believe that? Y'all still believe that?
Listen, that's
'Cause
where
I
we are
don't.
right
I
now.
totally believe that.
I don't believe it at all. I don't believe that at all. I believe with Elon Musk and his little counting machines and all the rest of that shit. I think that, and I don't want to sound like these people, but I really do think that they stole that election.
Outside of New York City and just having conversations with people, black, white, Latino,
They
a lot of
voted for
people
Trump.
fuck with
They
Trump.
They
The
voted
majority
for
of the
him.
people
The
that I
people
talk
that
to-
was really on our side all this time voted for him. Dead ass. Dead ass. And I'm just as shocked, surprised, and appalled. But it's like, I'm watching it. The atmosphere on social media, the conversations I'm having at work, in public, people voted for him. They didn't vote for Kamala. They wasn't going to vote for Biden. They don't fuck with the Democrats. They don't fuck with the economy. They don't fuck with the immigrants. They really voted for Trump.
Yo, the immigrants voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Yo, and this is what I'm saying. Like for me, that's scary. And it's scary because you would think with all of the access that we have to information, to how easy it is for us to gather information and to make like really full, succinct thoughts. You don't have to go to the library and read the fucking Britannica to really get information.
Mm-hmm.
With all of the information overload that we have, it is crazy to me that people would make that type of a sound decision. But then it goes back to my theory that I have about reading the comments in the shade room.
Mm.
And when I read shade room comments, the one thing that I always think, holy shit, these people are voters. Like y'all really think like this.
Yo, I'm trying
and that
to tell
shit
you
is
that.
terrifying.
Social media has us thinking that we're amongst a bunch of other people that are like us. It's a lot of idiots out here. There's a lot.
That
When
shit
you
is
say,
terrifying.
the majority of people is unemployed or there's a lot of people that do not use their brains in a way that's like high level. A lot of people are low vibrational. A lot of people are group think. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are tapped in. More people than me don't read. So they're just going on what sounds good. And then they're highly influenced by the social media, but what's being said.
Oh my
Low
gosh.
quality
You know
information.
What? That is so true because even down to, there was an article or a very clickbaity article that was floating around that said that teachers in New Jersey no longer have to take the basic skills, math and reading and writing tests. And people were in an uproar.
Right.
They were so upset. They're like, oh my God,
Right.
what do you mean?
Right, I see
These
that.
educators are unfit to
saw
be in
that.
front of kids because they're not taking basic. Bitch, if I have a bachelor's degree, why the fuck would I have to take a basic reading and writing test that I have to pay, reading, writing, and math test that I have to pay for? That does not tell me that I'm qualified to be a teacher. It's a waste of my time and it's a waste of money. So yes, they should get rid of it. I had to take that test. It was like a baby SAT. I was almost a little bit offended that I had to pay almost $300 in 5 hours of my time to take this bullshit ass test.
When you have a bachelor's degree.
Well, I have a bachelor's degree and I have literal master's credits. Why would I have to take a basic exam? That doesn't make sense.
So-
I need
so
to
you're
take
saying that
exams for my core, for what I'm teaching, for my specialty. Not, bitch, I know how to add.
So you're saying that is true, but it's left out context.
Yes.
Okay,
And a
so
lot of
boom.
people never read the article. They saw the clickbait and they're like, oh my God, these teachers are unfit to be in front of kids.
But
because
you do
why would you
realize-
take the basic? Because the word basic right there, why would they have to take something that is basic when you have a degree to get certified?
And this is what they did. Everything that you're saying is because they leak out certain
Yes.
clickbaity things that influence, right? There was and then there's just straight lies. And sometimes you don't know the difference. There was this one that I saw, if you get child support,
Oh yeah.
you now cannot get earn income tax credit. You can't claim your child or your taxes if you're getting child support from the father.
Niggas was so happy. Blatant lie. That doesn't even make sense.
By the way, that was crazy. The way niggas was like so happy, like damn, my nigga. But I mean, I get it. Like I said, I'm not trying. So I probably, if I would have been hyped too. But I would have did the research. You know what I'm saying?
I saw.
But a lot of other things happen. A lot of other things happen. When Trump got in office, he was dead ass. Bro, he was dead ass. All that Project 2025 shit.
Dead ass.
He was dead ass. Like, they was dead ass. It's going down across the America. First of all, they renamed the Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America.
Which is crazy.
Like, yo, he's literally threatening Greenland, saying, we're going to take your country. You're going to be America now. Just think about this. He's threatening Canada. We want y'all too. We want to take all of this. We want all of this to be America now.
This nigga think he Julius Caesar or some shit.
He wants the Panama Canal to be
He wants the Panama to be renamed what? The American Canal?
I think so.
He wants, I saw a governor or a senator propose term limits being increased for Donald Trump. Back to three terms.
Yeah. I saw one
That was the play the whole time.
A senator or somebody that proposed a bill, which I think is funny as fuck.
I seen it, and please don't bring that up. I hate it.
Nope.
Don't do that.
Proposed a bill.
Oh my God.
That men should basically go to jail if they ejaculate it without the context or without the purpose of wanting to get somebody pregnant. Because he said that's basically like killing kids, which is fucking true.
Like, and I said, damn, that means I can't jerk off.
No.
If you're not trying to impregnate a woman, there is no such thing as just casual sex.
Yes.
You cannot have casual sex.
So there are some religious beliefs that are similar to that.
Yeah, they put in Bibles back in the schools. In a lot of schools, yes. There's a lot of schools in the Midwest that are trying to bring back Bibles in the schools. But nobody give a fuck about the fact that these kids dead ass can't read. You won't give them a Bible for what? They still can't read it. Like, come on. I just want everybody to be so fucking for real. ICE is running rampant.
Hold on.
Okay.
We're going to go into all of this. We got a couple more minutes, and then we're going to talk. We're going to have today's conversation.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Y'all get where I'm going with that, right? The 1965 Civil Rights Order revoked.
Yeah.
Trump revokes 1965 Civil Rights Order that prohibited employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, and national origin.
For every Black Republican, I really want y'all to take a long look in the mirror and ask, do you love the color of your skin? Because y'all allowed this man in office. It's something that our ancestors fought for, got beat for, got dogs on them, got sprayed with water hoses, got hung for. They fought for these rights for us, and y'all squandered them away for money. Y'all squandered them away just to be closer to white people. What a disgrace y'all are to our community. My mom wasn't even born when this shit came through. My mom wasn't even born. And you mean to tell me y'all let this man take this from us? Something our ancestors fought for? Y'all really let that shit happen? If you are Black and you voted for this man, go play in traffic. Because this shit right here, this should have never happened. Everybody is about to suffer for this. Everybody. Race, color, religion, national origin. This man is making America white again before Jim Crow, and we told y'all that. We told y'all he is trying to take us back to Jim Crow. And y'all sat there and y'all said, I don't want DEI. I don't want an advantage. DEI is not a fucking advantage. It's just to put us in the room because we're just as qualified as any other white man. And y'all let this shit go down.
All right, baby. Take a breath, baby. Don't cry. Don't cry.
I'm gonna try not to cry because the bitch got a meeting.
Don't do it. Oh, she got a meeting.
Yeah, it's
a fact.
it's disheartening. It's really, really, really fucking sad. And this is really where we are. And not enough people know about history or about laws or read. So they don't understand how these things are going to affect them until the shit starts affecting them. And then they're like, well, I had no idea. Well, the smarter bitches told y'all.
Yeah.
The smarter people told y'all. They put videos out. They told y'all what to read. They told y'all what was happening. There's a book by Octavia Butler that basically foresaw all of this shit happening. All the shit that's happening right now in this same year, too. And niggas is just like, well, I didn't know because I don't read books.
Camilla's not black.
Like, I don't fucking understand.
That's the thing that kind of bothers me, right? Is because people, they're still debating this. They're still like, today I saw on Twitter, a young lady said, because Target, Amazon, I believe Apple, Facebook, Instagram, they all got rid of their DEI policies. All of them, right? And people was like, yo, we're going to boycott Target. We're not going to shop at Target anymore. And so the girl says, so y'all not shopping at Target, but y'all still using Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and y'all using Amazon? Like, you're still on here talking about you're boycotting, but you're on Twitter.
Right,
yes.
Right.
Or you're on Instagram.
Yes.
Or you're on Facebook. And I want to know, should we be, like, what's the thoughts on that? Is it crazy that people are still using these services, even though they're, like, highly offended and disappointed in the removal of DEI programs?
That's a good one.
Should we use social media still? Is what you're saying?
Should you use the ones who removed the DEI? Like, you still got fan base, you still got a black owned one, you still got Blue Sky, you still got places that you can go, right? But y'all are complaining on these platforms, about these policies. But these people are the ones that are doing it,
right?
Because the platforms are addictive. Just like how we know that our phones are addictive, the platforms are addictive. Some of us have been on these platforms for forever. I know for me, it was really, really difficult for me to delete my Twitter. I've been on Twitter since 2010. Like, it was really, really hard for me. But now on the other side, now that I've been off it for the amount of time that I've been off it, like I'm totally fine with it.
Get your account back now.
Huh?
It's been over 30 days, right?
Yeah.
Can you get your account back still?
I won't even know. I don't want it back.
I did. I was like, man, fuck this Blue Sky shit.
I don't even use Blue Sky as much as I used to use Twitter. I still use it, but I don't use it as much because I'm trying to wean myself off of the bullshit.
Well, I don't want to tell people not to use Blue Sky. Use Blue Sky. You go there. Do that. I pop in from time to time, but I just rather the white people bullshit than the woke people bullshit. That's me. Me personally, I just rather the white people bullshit than the woke people bullshit. Y'all be annoying me, but y'all not as asshole as me. Y'all not as much of a dickhead as me. So go over there and have fun to Blue Sky. That's where it should be at. But Tron, what do you think about this, dude? Should people use Amazon? Should people still go to Target? Or should we just accept that this is really what it is now?
In the ideal world, we would log off of all of that shit and we wouldn't support all of it. But I don't think that's the best way to go. I think it's, to be realistic, we are in the matrix and we have to move strategically. And like, if we all logged off of social media, then would that help the black community? Like, the social media is still a way for us to connect, for us to make money, for us to share news and information and have these types of conversations. The conversation is going on, like you said, ironically, on these social media platforms we should be deleting. In the same breath, yes, we should highlight fan base and black-owned businesses, and I think that might be one of the good things that will come out of Trump's presidency is we're going to have to figure out a way to work out some cooperative economics.
But we're not going to do that.
I think it's like sometimes when your back is up against the wall, that's when the best comes out of groups of people. And we have to form some type of community when all these things are happening.
We're not going to do it.
That's not the most adjusting under pressure and just making it work type of, we don't buck back like that.
Well,
and that's just from slavery and shit.
Well,
we don't be like, nah, and fight. I know Irish people, this shit happened to them, the motherfuckers would be bleeding in the streets right now.
That's fair, but I tend to be more optimistic. So I say all that to say, like, yeah, sometimes, as fucked up as it sounds, you do have to pick your battles and also understand that these companies are doing so because of the pressure of Trump and the bullying and the economic pressure that they have, and they have to appease their board of directors, and they got to basically fall in line with Trump and his policies. And so it's not like they're, back to the word intent, it's not like these companies are inherently against black people and they're racist and, we got to boycott them at all. It's like there's a lot of fucked up shit going on. And like, do we just boycott everything that is falling in line with the president of the United States? Like, that's going to be a lot of shit to boycott. Is that going to help us? Or should we focus our energy on mobilizing and supporting the other platforms like Fanbase and things like that? I would suggest the latter.
Go ahead, Josh.
I just don't think that it's realistic. We spend so much time talking about how we're not a monolith. And I think that what we don't understand, especially about like the civil rights movement, even though people had different thoughts and beliefs on things, they were united under one thing, and that was basically religion. The church, the religious leaders were the ones that were really like the pinnacle of helping to bring the black communities together and mobilize them. And because we no longer have that, it's going to be very hard to bring all of these people under one umbrella to be able to make the impact of like a boycott or like a bus boycott or a app boycott. Like, it's going to be very difficult. I think that a lot of us are narcissists, and we just want what we want and how we want it to be, and we don't want to be a part of anything other than like, oh, I'm just looking out for me. It's me, my. We have a lot of groupthink, but people think that they're individuals, which is like crazy because y'all all agree with the same things. Y'all want to do the same things, but somehow it's rooted in selfishness. So because of that, I don't see us being able to make these major moves of boycotting anything because it's too convenient. Niggas go to Target all the time. Niggas shop on Amazon 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week, a day. Like, you're talking about imposing yourself on somebody's convenience. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to give anything up for the greater good.
We too comfortable. We've been too comfortable for a long time.
A very long time.
They got us right where they want us.
It's very
what do y'all think? Hold on. You know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna play the clip.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo ass niggas gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the fuck out one of you Uncle Tom ass niggas for doing it. Which one of you niggas gonna do it first? I suppose the one that performs for himself.
Your boy got Trump called that nigga, said, yo, I got 1.5 for you right now. Pull up. That nigga said, it's gonna be the one. Him, Nelly, who else?
Soulja
Rick
Boy,
Ross. I was watching Rick Ross perform like yesterday. That nigga said, I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. I said, these white people don't know what the fuck you talking about right now. What the fuck is going on? What do y'all think about these people who previously might have been against it performing at the inauguration? For that weekend?
I think it's funny because your morals are for sale. Because even if, let's say haphazardly, you didn't remember that you put out that video, which I don't know how you forget something like that. You don't remember the things that you said, but your morals are supposed to still be intact.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to still feel the same way morally, especially now because he's running on a platform that said that he's going to be much worse than he was the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we really doing here? Everybody is for self. like, and that's it. You did it
Is
for
there
the
room
bag.
to be for self though? Is there room for you to be for self where it's understandable?
Not when your freedoms are at jeopardy.
Don't
Not
touch
when
the mic.
safety, not when your safety is at jeopardy, not when the safety of people that look like you are now in jeopardy. Like, even down to the fact that they're taking trans women out of the prisons and putting them in male prisons. What the fuck you think? What kind of experience you think they're gonna have there? You think that shit is gonna be safe? Like, is that a safe experience for them?
That nigga is wild. She said, "Yo, only the American flag in court in federal buildings. No more this
Things that we only,
LGBT shit.
yeah, we
None of
only
that.
we
We
only
don't see that.
acknowledge two genders.
Yeah, ain't no more none of that. Just male, female, none of that.
And then I read something that said that it's mostly female until you're born, and because we all start off as women. I don't fucking know. It's too much.
Tron, what do you think?
Out of all of them, I'm way more disappointed in Snoop. Soulja Boy and Nelly, I've never heard them talk about any issues, so I'm not really going to hold them to any sort of integrity standard. It's still classified as, cooning a little bit because you got to read the room. Rick Ross, integrity over money to me. You know what I mean? I don't know the man, but Snoop is different. Like, Snoop represented something to the culture. And not to say that he's like super involved in social issues and politics, but clearly he was to some degree to say what he said all those years ago. And he's always been like cool ass nigga, like Snoop never could do no wrong. You know what I mean? Snoop was always on the right side of things. It's just very disappointing. So because I held him in such high regard, I really tried to think of what his angle was. He don't need the money. You could say Soulja Boy, maybe he needed the money. I don't know his pockets, but Snoop did not need the bread, right? So I was really trying to think of an angle. And I'm not going to try to justify it, but I'm going to try to find his angle. And even if his angle is legit, he's still dead as wrong, because I think he owes it to his fans and to people that trust him to say something. If you had a change of heart, or if there's a real legit reason why you did what you did, I think you should say something. Like, I think your fans and the black people deserve that because of who you are and who you meant to and what you meant to us. That being said, Trump did pardon one of the co-founders of Death Row. I don't know if there was a call like, yo, I'm gonna do this, but you owe me one. The other thing is, Snoop performed for the crypto ball. Snoop has always been involved in crypto from early. And supposedly, I don't know this for a fact, but supposedly he got a call from the nigga that threw the crypto ball. It was like, yo, could you perform for me? And it was like 2 days before the inauguration. So it's part of inauguration weekend.
Yeah, it's part of the celebration,
it
but
is
it
tied
wasn't
to Trump, but it wasn't a Trump event.
Yeah.
And the call didn't come from Trump. That doesn't excuse it, because you're still standing next to MAGA, especially considering all the shit you said. My biggest thing from Snoop is like, yo, you can't just not say nothing, bro. Like, if you come out and be like, yo, this nigga pardoned my best friend, you know what I mean? I owed him a favor. Or, yo, I did this for my involvement in crypto and I'm donating all of the proceeds to my charity. I don't know what his reasoning is, but that's the biggest puzzle to me, is like, yo, why you ain't say nothing? He's just...
Well, Nelly said something.
Right, Nelly said something, but...
Nelly said, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who's in office. The same way our men and women, our brothers and sisters who protect this country, have to go to war and have to put their life on the line for whoever is in office. So if they can put their life on the line for whoever is in office, I can damn sure perform for whoever is in office. And later on, he said, I would ask critics to show me where he's a white supremacist.
Yeah, Nelly just don't get it. And I don't think Nelly and Soulja Boy, no disrespect to them, I don't know them personally, but I don't expect that much from them. There's a lot of people that just don't get it. They don't understand politics. They're clueless as to how bad of a regime Trump is about to embark on the black people in America. They just don't get it. There's a lot of people like that.
Well, he did get pardoned.
Who?
Nelly.
He got pardoned?
He got pardoned for some. He got arrested with guns.
He got pardoned by Trump?
I don't know if he got pardoned by Trump. I know that case, they said they're not prosecuting it or they're dropping the charges.
And if that's the case, like if Kodak Black or Lil Wayne or whoever got pardoned perform, I'd expect that. I'd be like, okay, I get that.
So if officially ICE asks, if performing for Trump would guarantee you or one of your close peoples receiving a presidential pardon, would you do it?
Yes.
No.
I'm looking you dead in your eyes.
Why? I got on glasses.
Because I'm saying, if Trump was, if you got jammed up,
Yeah.
God forbid, and Trump was like, yo, I can get Tahoe out of this 20-year sentence if you perform for me, I would do it. But I would also owe it to my people to explain it, and maybe they're going to accept me or maybe
That's
they won't.
individualism like
But-
a motherfucker.
Listen, me
I knew
performing,
you was coming. Pause. I knew you was coming.
Nigga.
You wouldn't do it.
I'm not saying,
No.
You leave me in jail for 20 years.
Nigga, what the fuck did you do to go to jail for 20 years?
Who
Now,
cares?
if we're talking about something like
What if I
that's
shot,
like
what if I
unjust,
shot a nigga that assaulted you?
that assaulted me?
Yeah, he assaulted you.
You was why you got caught, stupid?
What if I right? So I shot a nigga that assaulted you. I got caught. Trump said I could get him out for 20 years. Would you perform?
For me?
Would you perform? She
I don't
jammed
know.
up.
if he
She's
pardoned,
jammed
if
up.
he pardoned,
I'm not jammed up.
She jammed up.
if he,
Because you made
Now
it
you don't
personally.
know.
You
Yeah.
made it personally about my safety.
Yeah. So what?
What we're
It's
talking about jammed
individualism.
up. We're talking about this is my safety.
Not anymore. You're saved. You're good now.
Yes, because you helped me.
Yeah. So would you perform or not?
if Trump pardoned,
I don't know, so I still don't know, my nigga. I'll probably try to help get you to Cuba or some shit. Like I still
I'm
don't
jammed
know.
up already. Ain't no getting me to Cuba.
if Trump
Yeah.
pardoned Diddy right now, and he was like, yo, I'm only going to pardon you if you publicly support me, what you think Diddy's going to say? All right, playboy.
But like,
And can you blame him for that? So
Yeah.
again, I'm not trying to give Snoop a pass. I don't even know if that's his reason for doing this, but I mean, listen,
everybody has a price, I guess.
Yes,
it's not even a price because it's not about the money when
But
it
it
comes
is
to
a
that.
price.
That's your life.
That's not my life. That's somebody else's life.
Listen,
What if
I
it's
told
your
y'all
life?
what I would do for 90 million. Yesterday, what do you
What you doing
think?
for 90 million? You sucking dick?
Yesterday, what you think?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
So if I get jammed up,
Yeah.
you're not performing.
No, I'm not performing
Wow.
under any circumstance.
Wow.
Yo, the word performing in its own is
Yeah,
triggering.
like
Sounds
that's
very-
the-
yeah, it sounds
Yo,
very-
the shit,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
shit
not
is getting
performing
real
under any
minstrel
circumstance.
show.
There's nothing that you could present to me that would make me do that.
Yesterday, I performed to get you out of jail.
Now that's peace. I do other things to get you out, but just
Hey.
not that. Pause, please.
Nah, this is I
That's
don't.
my man.
This is crazy. Pause.
Man, that was
That-
crazy.
that was kinda crazy,
My bad.
yeah.
I was out of pocket.
Yeah, that was crazy.
My bad, y'all.
But he was out of pocket too, talking about that's my man. Yo, New York slang is actually mad pause.
Yo, you can't have a man. I can't have a man.
You can have all the men you want, honey.
Why you had to put the honey on it? Pause.
Yeah, out of pocket.
Yo, I think I think that a big part of Black America is, and the reason why I said I could look at Obama differently now, is because we like to play by all these rules.
Mhm.
We like to play by all the rules, but they don't care about the rules.
Because the rules don't apply to them.
Yes, they
Obama
do.
could not have gone
So-
into office and did half of the shit that
all
this
right,
man has
so
done
then
in
when
2
we
days.
get a chance to play by their rules and win, get a little piece, why shouldn't we?
But who said that we were going to be able
Because
to get
we're
that?
gonna hold. Well, if Nelly got his pardon because he performed, good. Fuck it. Why are we holding him? If that's what it was, right? If he was gonna get a pardon from going to jail for 4 years, why are we gonna be mad at the nigga for getting off when this nigga came in and just pardoned every single motherfucker that did the insurrection?
But
for
here's
him?
the thing, though.
But that's sorry, go ahead, Tron.
He set it up for success because he got the judicial. He set up the Supreme Court years ago, and they got a clean sweep of the Senate, Congress,
Mm-hmm.
Get
presidential.
your wins as you can now.
This is damn near unprecedented. I can't remember the last time this happened. So you can't really compare him to Obama. He could get away with shit that nobody could get.
Right.
Biden couldn't have done this. If Bernie Sanders, as far left as he is, if he got in office and everything else was left, he had the Congress, the judicial system, he would wild out too, but he would wild out more towards our agenda. But somebody more towards our agenda. But somebody like that that's very progressive, he would wild out, given the opportunity. But
I've never seen it before.
Who has that? Because who has ever had everything lined up, including the Supreme Court?
And that's why I'm saying, like, this shit don't feel like a democracy. This don't feel
it's
like
not.
the America that I was growing up. This not the America that I read about. This is not
it's
given.
over. It's over for
No,
that.
it's not.
It's
Because
over.
this is not given checks and
over.
balances. The checks and the balances are fucking bankrupt. Like
Facts.
void. And that's the whole thing. That's the reason why checks and balances were set up to allow somebody to have so much power. So the fact that he has it and he has this crazy agenda, to me, it's screaming setup. If this was think about it, if this was like a hood movie and the kingpin, everything is lined up for that nigga in a row. That nigga has flawless execution of everything. As a watcher of it, you're gonna be like, damn, this shit bound to end at some time. Like, this shit gotta be a setup. The feds gotta be coming in at any time. Like, that, just thinking about it like as if you were watching a movie or reading a story. Like, it does not logically make sense for all of these things to be happening like this. We've never seen it before. And when we're thinking this logically, you have to say that somebody that we know is not willing to play by the rules and wants to make and create and change the rules. You mean to tell me that you don't think that in dark corners and closed door rooms and boardrooms that we don't know about, that this shit was not set up to be this way? You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah,
It's just illogical. But
Man,
I
this
mean,
shit
what do
going
I know?
crazy.
I'm just an
Your man
American
Boosie-
citizen.
Your man Boosie's begging.
What you mean?
Boosie tweeted Trump, check my case out. My case was dismissed, but Biden's Department of Justice recharged me with the same gun charge Biden pardoned his son of. I was told I'm the only person in the country, in caps, this is all caps, facing that charge now. President Trump, I already was given a 10-year sentence in state in 2009 for third offense marijuana. Grams. I never was even offered rehab. Straight to prison. And Trump, I'm Boosie. I'm a rapper, filmmaker from Baton Rouge. I was targeted. My mouth and things I stand on get me a lot of shit, but I'm real. My lawyer can explain this case. She knew the charges and against you were bad. She even spoke about it on the radio.
Where did he put this out?
He tweeted
Shit on
it.
Twitter. I said, that boy, like,
I'm like,
yesterday,
why?
where my camera at?
Why you
That boy said, God damn. That nigga went crazy. President Trump, please. President Trump, yo. These is our legends.
Fuck it.
That boy. I'm bugging?
If you see niggas getting
That was
pardoned
crazy.
red light,
So nobody's
That was
gonna.
crazy. I said it.
Hold on.
No,
That was
okay.
crazy.
Thank you
That was out of
yesterday. Thank
pocket.
you, because what the fuck is going on?
That nigga's crazy.
if you see niggas getting pardoned, Kodak Black
hands.
and all these dudes getting pardoned, you wouldn't be like, hey, I'm over here too. Can I get pardoned? Now to put it on Twitter and to go that hard publicly, I see what you're saying. He
These
crazy.
niggas
I still-
is
I-
fucking
I was
But
still
you
wouldn't
wouldn't
nuts.
send that letter. You
No.
wouldn't send that. Have your lawyer draft that letter and send it
ain't
to
even hold
Trump's
you.
peoples. If
The
you was,
nigga
if
didn't
you was
even
him,
at him.
And
he
this is
know-
what
he
I be
Boosie.
talking
He didn't
about.
ask the president. He didn't even at him. He just threw that out. It's just like a Hail Mary. This is wild. What were you doing?
that's what I'm saying. You should have just sent that privately.
This is crazy.
But that's what this whole third term shit is about, and that's why all of these people doing this is so nasty, because all of this is just favors for when it's time to really push the button. He's gonna have people from our culture, bred by our culture, built by our culture, that's gonna be supporting that shit. That's the main reason why I would never perform. When you asked me earlier, I would never perform, because ultimately that's what you're supporting. They've been setting that up for years. So any person that supports that or gets along with that, that's essentially what you're supporting.
Yo, why you keep pulling your pants down? It's the first time you did it. What's up? What you doing? They doing what they gonna do. What you doing?
Because there's like a little gap between my socks and my pants.
Oh shit.
And I just wanted to
trying-
close the gap. I'm trying to bridge the gap, baby.
I never seen a nigga pull his pants down when you sitting down.
Yo, speaking of baby, yo, we was talking about how gay New York slang is.
Yeah.
And this ain't even New York slang, but the other day I walked up to somebody, I was like, yo, what up, baby? You know what I mean? Just when you say
Said that to a nigga?
yes.
A boy? A man?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's slang. What up, baby?
Baby?
Yeah, you've never
You
heard
know
that
this white
before.
from New Orleans.
Nobody
Now
says
he-
that. When did you pick that up? Where'd you get that from?
That's
Orleans.
not a new. That's
What
not
up,
a new
baby?
thing.
To a man?
You can't say it slow though. You got to say it quickly.
Hey, what's good, baby?
Yeah.
Ain't no baby. Why? Why you
You
guys say
never
that?
heard-
Nah,
Come
that
on.
that is
You acting
definitely
like
that's
you-
some uptown
baby?
shit.
You
though,
never
yeah.
heard
Yeah.
that before.
No.
That's some uptown shit.
Nobody's calling me baby. I'm not going for that. Why you
So
calling
I
me
brought
baby?
it up because the nigga responded and he said it slow and it sounded flagrant. I was like, yo, even though I said it first, I'm like, yo, you ain't supposed to say that to me. Even
What
though I
it
said
do, baby?
That's
Hey,
very
baby.
LGBT. It's getting rainbow.
Nigga, you just did a
adjacent.
hook tour to the air and you talk.
So, it's my. It didn't do it to nobody. It did it to my mic. It's mine.
That's peace.
Yes, he pulling up the U-Haul or nah?
It's circling around. It's circling, baby. Circling.
Not calling no nigga baby at all.
All right. Sorry.
All right. We have already beat around the bush.
Pause.
No, it's a bush.
I don't know. I just felt like it was
He said
appropriate.
it,
in the moment.
it was a lingering
Bush.
pause.
It's a fucking pussy. You can beat around it all I want. You all right? Don't drink too much because you know how you get when you drink. Don't go too crazy.
Oh shit. How you get when you drink?
I don't fucking know.
Don't
that was
ask her
crazy.
that. Her fucking fiance is my homeboy. What you mean?
I didn't mean. Come on, bro. I didn't
What
mean
you
it like
mean?
that.
This is what I'm talking about. I'm a feel away. If she acting crazy in public, I'm a feel away. You can't just be asking her that. Like, yo, my nigga, I know her fiance. Relax. How you get when you drink.
Malcolm said there's two kinds of bushes. What's the other
don't
kind?
know the other
I don't
type.
know the other one.
Yeah, Malcolm just he just don't like me. He's just gonna find something to say. It's like you ever notice once you figure people out, you stop caring? Like at first you be like hurt. Then when you figure it out, you be like, oh yeah, that's just
But
that's
I just don't
Malcolm.
understand why y'all even would call vaginas bushes because I
'Cause of
know
the
for like the
bush
last
over the pussy.
20 years, like waxes have been a thing. Like women get waxed probably
Not
more
all.
than y'all.
Not all.
So y'all need to. What you mean not all?
Not all women get waxed or
That's not-
shave. There's a lot of chicks out here that got the hair on them. They
The
doing
bath mat.
They going crazy. They going crazy. Yo, people do anything to be different.
The
I noticed that.
bath mat?
Bath mat is crazy.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, silverback pussy. All right. Mojo Jojo. Shout out to Ace, Keita, Kitty,
Wow.
Randy.
Are
Mandy.
we on Patreon now?
Nah, we ain't there yet, but I
Okay.
just wanted to tell everybody, hey, no hard feelings. We about to talk about the situation just because this is what we do. You know, I had a conversation in the chat and they was like, oh. And I was like, yo, this is what we do here. There's no reason for me to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? This is just what we do. Now, the one thing I will do is put this conversation on the Patreon. So yes, we are going to talk about tonight's conversation, the allegations that are being made towards Ace, Kitty, and just the relationships that I've had, seen, and whatever. And shit, Keita is releasing shit every goddamn week. Every day, as I mean. Nigga, she be releasing shit before I wake up for goddamn work. I wake up at 5 o'clock. She be like, and I'm back. So Keita Rose is definitely trying to do something. And let's discuss. Y'all already know I'm so happy that y'all came out. This is a great fucking episode. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Great
had
episode.
a
I need to
good
wear
time.
glasses more.
Please.
Yesterday, what you think?
The other glasses is better, but
No, come on, bro.
we'll do.
No.
We'll do with those. We'll do.
He said, oh, you look like you trying to go outside. So what? That's what sunglasses are. It's supposed to be outside. Anyway, we are going over to Patreon. If you want to listen to the conversation, that's patreon.com/So Shameless Podcast. And you can listen. For those of you in the Discord, if you even have the Patreon still, go on over there and listen to it. Unless you're in here right now, you can listen live. Other than that, we will see you next week on YouTube. Dodge is not coming back to Brooklyn next week.
Not. See y'all niggas at the end of February. Maybe not.
February.
Maybe March.
What? How?
Nigga, because 2 weeks a month.
All right.
This is the end of January.
Well, Dodge won't be here next time we're in studio because nobody's listening to her. So shameless.